Light is good. Alright. It looks like the last
Welcome.
episode uploaded properly, so I suppose I could have watched it last night. But then I'd have to hear my own voice.
And we
Maybe
have a
I
hard
should have
enough time
watched it
putting up with
last.
that.
Maybe I should have put it on last night so I could have got the better refresh. Oh well.
Kind of think like it was a lot of stalling, sort of, last time. I won't say stalling, but
Didn't that was mostly Joseph's fault, right?
it's kind of a weird. That's when things were starting to fall apart last time. That's what it was. In that regard, yeah, it's been a few months. I could say exactly how. 5 months. 5 months. All right, I'm not gonna feel so bad. Not being completely on the ball. So, had you loaded up the crawler and ended?
I believe that we were working on loading up the crawler.
Okay.
If I recall correctly, we had made the plan as to how we were going to proceed.
Right. I think keep things a little simple, and because it's been 5 months, if things happen today that contradict things happened 5 months ago, today is the important bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wait a
So-
second. So you're telling me that if there's any character retcons we want to do, now's the time to do them?
I'm saying
You
if I
can't retcon
Yes.
your entire character, Anthony.
I'm saying if I tell you something today that wasn't true 5 months ago, well, it's true now. Darn it.
Okay, could you do me a favor and tell me that my character's actually been Spider-Man the whole time?
No.
Oh, dang it.
No, Peter
mean-
Parker.
I don't think that you are. So probably aren't.
All right, fair enough. Hard to argue with that logic. You are also the DM.
Okay, so
The almighty God.
what you are is a Steamborg, and that's already pretty.
I could be a Steamborg that shoots out webs.
Work with Mr. Barr. Maybe you'll get some grapplers.
Oh, actually,
Um,
that would be very cool. Oh, that could be a cool way to introduce like dashing for him. Is that like instead of having like thrusters in his boots, he like has like a grapple that like yanks him forward or something.
That is actually in line with something I was thinking of as well. Because as we've gone forward, thanks for reminding me. I don't think thrusters make the most sense. So I was looking into something more like along those lines. I think you'd have more fun with it. Also, it won't be working like Master Chief's hook shot. I'll just put it that way. It'll make a little more physical sense than Master Chief's. I hook shotted a grunt and went to him instead of him coming to me. No, that's not how that works.
I do also love the idea of with one arm grabbing someone and then with the other arm chucking my shield at them.
You wanna aim for grapple points that are well anchored.
Oh, you know, like that one time I went for the weak spot on.
And you have a skill for that, so
That's true. I do have a skill for that.
yeah. Speaking of, that's something that's going to be updated. I think after the successful completion of the heist will be a good natural point. Update some skills. So
Watch, Mr. Barr is going to find a way to make it an unsuccessful raid.
We're all counting on it. That's why you're the bad guy for that arc.
I said successful completion of the raid, not a successful raid. There's a very slight difference there.
One of
Meanwhile, I'm looking at my skillet of bacon and I'm wondering why it's not sizzling. I forgot to turn the
turn
stove
it
Forget to
on.
turn on a stove.
Yeah.
I did that with the charger Thursday.
Ooh, what is this song?
To the player stuff.
Was trying to charge my airsoft battery and sat there for a game, went to check the battery and realized it was unplugged.
Wah, 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 wah. Been
Thankfully,
there, done that.
Thankfully, the owner of the store is an awesome dude and let me borrow a brand new battery for the night.
Okay, so need to get the music going. That'll help.
I posted a link to the music.
Oh,
Boom.
but, so Lady Una had negotiated with you a raid. You have to travel to. Our original plan was to use the portal, but that's currently debunked. But not to be deterred, I think I said the distance was the distance of plot happening. So
Yes, you did. Nothing quite like the distance of plot.
worked well for Star Wars.
I think that's more like plot speed.
Yeah. How fast is hyperspeed? It's the speed of plot.
Yeah.
Plot is a very useful unit of measurement. Very
Though
versatile.
I love using plot speed to smash into another ship.
Works.
We don't talk about when that happened because it didn't happen. That movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, Rogue One wasn't that great. You're right.
Oh, yeah, that's the one because the other movie doesn't exist. Could you imagine if they made like 3 other movies worse than Rogue One? That'd be so awful.
Yeah, they had ramming ships in Rogue One, Force Awakens, not Force Awakens, Last Jedi,
That's the one I'm talking
and
about.
Rebels. Baloney, get a new trick. I mean,
Yeah, but one of them did it at hyperspeed.
which looked cool at least, but it's like if it was submarine combat, you don't ram a submarine into another submarine.
No. You're just asking to have water come in.
Exactly. I mean,
You
even
shoot a
in a
torpedo at this other submarine.
well, even in a desperate attempt to save your friends, you wouldn't ram your submarine into another sub. It doesn't work. Anyway.
Yeah, but what if you wanted to kill off that character?
It'd be an effective means to kill off the character in the submarine that's trying to suicide run.
So, much in the same way of all that.
I don't like where this is going.
Ramming speed?
Does anyone want some geographical details about the terrain between you and the target?
Yes.
Sure.
Here, wait. Oh, okay. Do we have an elf in the party? Is anyone an elf on the entire anything?
I'm a rabbit.
What was that?
They were
I
asking
do
if
not
we
recall
have an
any
elf.
elves.
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool. I go up to sorry, what's your character's name again?
Lyra?
Lyra. Okay. Lyra, what do your elven eyes see? There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Now
All
you
that
can
is
explain the
that-
terrain.
So the encampment, as was previously stated, was in like a pocket valley, I think. or was that the
Mhm.
pirate encampment?
We'll call it a
Those
box
better
canyon.
know.
I think they probably are. You know what? It's canon now. They're in a they're in a pocket valley.
I get it. It's the
Um,
canyon now.
Bum.
Yeah, it's
Um,
the canon
This
canyon.
is in a box canyon.
So
Do we want to name this box canyon Blood Gulch?
I don't think not this one, but maybe others will put
Oh.
it that way. Um,
I hope so.
so Lady Yuna will be riding aboard the crawler. She's kind of like trying to get your attention, but is actually like trying to not just command it. So, to whoever's around, she's kind of like standing in that such a way of like, someone better address me soon kind of thing. Like
I'm
like when
going
you're at the
Out of
doctor's and
character.
you're 30 minutes past your appointment and you're just standing there like, okay, you don't want to go to the counter for the fourth time. That kind of look.
Is everything
Oh.
all right?
I see her, but do not approach.
I
It
am
is
just
obvious
completely
that I have
ignoring
seen her.
walking out of the medical tent towards the party.
As soon as you walk out of the medical tent, it's immediately taken down. They're just waiting for you to leave it to actually pack it up.
Oops.
And you turn around. My house.
Oh no, I lost that a long time ago.
In your sanity. That's why you think the medical tent's your home.
I walks up to her. Everything all right?
Yes, I don't wish to intrude on your normal command hierarchy, but there are a few things we should perhaps be going over before we don't get too much further.
Like
Alrighty.
what? Mr. Barr yells from across the room.
What did he yell?
Like what?
Well,
In response to the question,
for,
in
for
response to the comment of things to talk about.
for starters, what is the command hierarchy here with your group?
If you say anything but Blues is in charge, I will be happy. He's not.
Well, you see, on the
Well,
crawler, that's me in charge.
Yes.
Out there, who cares? Probably Blues.
Oh no!
the most command experience.
Actually, that's right. No, I'm responsible
Out
for
on the
you guys.
Out on the battlefield, we mostly just stick to what we do best.
Which Versailles is getting hit in the head.
So you're saying, okay, I can work with this. I can work with this. Um,
Am I within earshot of this conversation?
I
I don't
assume
know. Are
I
you?
assume you're on the crawler because I think you got on the crawler last time. Anyone who wants to be
Yeah.
present is present.
Okay, so when she says I can work with this, Blues walks up and says, "No, no, no, you can work with me. What are you thinking?"
She kind of looks down at you a bit, does the whole glasses push thing. Well, in that case, and
Fold my arms, trying to look cool.
she is not treating you like a child. I should point that out. She knows your history, so she might even know your history better than you do. So
Sounds like an interrogation later.
I don't think you want her to interrogate you.
No, I'm going to do the interrogating. I'm going to figure out my history.
Isn't that up
Like
to
I
her?
said, I don't think you want her to interrogate you.
I'd be there with the popcorn.
All right, we'll figure
I'll
this
bring the
out later.
butter.
So if you're, I just need to know who to shout at to get things done.
Oh, you can shout out whoever you want. I can't guarantee responses.
She's
On the battlefield, this group is so disorganized that it's a miracle that we managed to be as good as we are.
That's not true in the slightest. Listen, when push comes to shove, I tell you guys what to do. You guys generally listen,
Ignore it.
and then we all okay, fine, ignore it, and then I, improvise to make sure you guys don't die. We haven't died yet.
yet. That's
Exhibit A.
yet. Okay.
Us existing, you mean?
So,
Who hasn't died yet? Elios just walks around the corner.
Any of us,
she
I would hope so.
we
You're
all
alive.
we all have a role to
Just
play.
kind of looks over at her like, I don't know if I count as dead or undead. not not verbalizing any of this, just like,
Johnny Law's
this him?
alive, and he's a robot.
Johnny Law hears this. He goes, "Aw, thanks, buddy." or Machine is still like actively trying to. So it's a little awkward because there's not that much room on
And I've noticed this, right?
Yes.
Did I ask him why?
Well, I mean, his warp machine, and they before you guys blinked for 5 years, like he wasn't supposed to be attached to the body for long lengths of time unless under direct supervision. So
So he's probably done a murder.
bit of a walking war crime.
Same here, buddy.
Work on the first time.
I'll put it this way.
Oh, I was the first time, so am I not a war crime?
I'll put it this way. It may have been for things he was mostly acting on orders for. And the person giving the orders doesn't really realize that, okay, that was kind of not the nicest way to handle the situation. Primarily because he's still a kid at
What are you talking about?
heart.
What do you mean?
Just have to go and find out.
I kind got hunted down.
by the legendary hunter Elmer Fudd.
oh,
Actually, no, but you missed an opportunity there.
I must make a note that Elmer Fudd should be a god in this world. Okay.
Gosh.
Okay.
Oh, here, wait a second.
I am working on a pantheon, and I should just post what I've got, but I'll get a couple more in before I post it. I'll make that a priority this week. Get what I have of the pantheon up so far.
Dude, I think it'd be very funny if you let the players vote on the deities are voted into the pantheon or not. It would be very fun.
The council has decided.
The council decided that David Bowie. Well, no, David Bowie's gets a pass. He wins.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just wins.
He's definitely got to. I mean, good old David Jones.
I don't know why, but random thought, but the god of the dogs should totally be John Wick.
Yes, I agree. Please. Please. Please.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
solid case.
Now, wait a second. Wait a second. I've got it. Crap. What was his name? It's Bill and Ted, right? Like the movie with like time travel.
Oh, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, or
Yeah, Bill
whatever.
and Ted. Yeah. Which one was Keanu? Was he Bill or was he Ted?
Ted.
Ted. Okay, cool. So then Ted should be the god of time, and then Neo should be the god of technology. Let's see what are other roles he's done.
All right. So
Funnily enough, I've never seen any of the John Wick movies.
You're good. You should.
around this time, Lady Yuna's aide comes into the crawler. He has his arms full of map cases. And kind of goes up to Yuna and says, where do you want these?" There's a bit of a stutter. Kind of a hawkish young man with blue eyes and dark hair. Seems to be a little green behind the gills, if you know. And Lady Una, in addressing him, kind of gives a pointed look to Mr. Barr. Says, I assume there's a large table we could make use of."
Mr. Bart takes the maps and just scrolls them out on the floor right behind the control panel of the the crawler.
She kind of
This is how I've
sighs.
always done it.
She sighs a little bit because like the initial meeting did take place around the dining table, so she's like, "I guess that's a thing," and then goes over to it. She does have one of those pointing sticks, so that's helpful.
Is there a funny thing at the end of it?
No, it's
Miss-
in it's
Mr.
a
Burr goes, "Cool, I got one of those too." Grabs a grabs a dowel from behind the cabinet in the control console.
hers is it's a classful riding crop, but if you don't know what a riding crop looks like, then you know that. Anyway, who knows which characters know what a riding crop looks like?
Characters or players? Because I
characters.
don't know. But we're gonna assume that that Blues knows. So I'll just have to BS my way through knowing what it is.
Same here, because
Crops
Helios is
were
an educated dude.
in some militaries. A riding crop was almost like a symbol of command, so it's more of a symbolic thing. Because generally the commander was on a horse, and having something to
Gotcha.
point with is quite useful when you're in charge. Anyway, I think like French and maybe British had that tradition at one point. So anyway, she gestures, says, the one you have on bottom, have it on top, pointing at the maps.
Bar flips them around.
Okay. She's not going to get down on her knees, just saying.
By the way, Mr. Barr is doing this with his bare feet.
Yeah, she's kind of just... Okay. So, she points at a section on the map where there's a valley marked down. It says, this is our current location. I'm gonna need clues Lumi, Bar, and Mover to roll some dice. Roll 2d6, please.
2d6.
Okay, pause. Don't fail me now.
Oh, don't worry, my dice failed me.
And what is this plus anything?
I'll let
Please
you
tell me my arms are getting tired.
just roll.
Okay.
It's plus wisdom.
No. I'm
So
Let's
I
see,
got
if it's plus
5
wisdom.
plus 1.
It's so close.
Hey, you did
So
better
close.
than me.
So close.
What'd you roll?
I have a 0 to
Everybody
wisdom.
fail that roll.
It was the 6. I rolled a 6. See? Look at these
I
dice.
rolled a 6 minus 1.
Cthulhu
I
dice.
rolled a 5 plus 1.
so me and Bar are in the same boat.
Oh boy, that's great.
Now wait a second. Now, if I say a cool line, I could maybe give Psy a +1. Can this happen? Can we get Psy a +1?
That'd be retroactive, and it needs to be before. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna say a cool line now
And then he's going to cry.
after I think of one.
Oh, there is 2 more people I can roll for that might. It's like, how bad do I? It'd be funnier if you didn't have this information, but oh, good. Okay.
I just love it when NPCs roll better than me. It makes me feel so good.
Well, the one that rolled better wasn't the one that needed to roll better.
No, wait a second. If War Machine rolls super good, he tells me and I act like I already know.
Wasn't more machine rolling, but as everyone was called together, you also have Kari and Periwinkle present. And
Does Periwinkle still hate me?
I don't know.
I swear, every time I try to be friends with Periwinkle, I screw it up somehow.
Maybe she's resentful for adventure never completed. Or
I
even
mean,
really
fair enough, but
gone on for too
no.
much longer. You know, just saying, it could be a thing.
Oh, dude. Honestly, we could restart that one. We could start a Hellboy one. We got options. We can talk about it later.
Okay. So, speaking of Periwinkle, Periwinkle looks at the map and says, I think I know where this is. We sure came a long way from Dusty Hollow. So, Lady Una says, indeed you have. Unfortunately, wasn't really planning on the teleport device to fail. At least we got out of there, but it does mean we're gonna have to take a riskier path to get to our target. And she uses the end of the crop to kind of slide the map over and pull the other map out a little bit. Quite good with the thing. Kind of rotates it a little bit so it's aligned properly with the compass rose. Says, okay, so our target is here. She points at another spot on the map, and I don't think any of you really have much in the way of map reading skills except for Mr. Mover.
maybe Bar would have some because he has traveled a lot.
Doesn't mean he knows how to read a map, having
Sure.
traveled with. Also, you did have someone else who was more technically minded at the time, so we can figure that out. But Mover is a tracker. I think that definitely suggests he might know a few things. A scout, rather. So, I'd like to see if you have any. Okay, that doesn't work so well. Gosh, you do have a relevant skill that might help, Mr. Mover. Hello, Beard?
Hello.
You
Muted my microphone.
may have a relevant skill for this. Knowing random things.
Discerning the mysteries of the universe.
Yes. Would you like to make a roll?
Yes, I would. Well, that one was better. So that was 6, 7 plus 1. That would be 8.
Okay. Okay, and look through everyone else's thing.
Oh, I've got an idea. Maybe a bad idea.
Yeah, everybody should reacquaint themselves with skills in the future.
Oh, I just
Nope, this
didn't
one's not
look.
as good as I was hoping it was. Never mind.
Okay, so you can recall a random fact from a book you read. So, a random fact. I'm gonna roll. Let's see. Okay, well, it's not that useful a random fact, but it is a random fact. The area she points at, even though this map is entirely unlabeled, you know for certain is known as. Actually, I will text it to you. Yeah, then you can tell people.
And then we can choose not to believe them or choose to believe them.
All right. Is that on the right person? Yes, it did.
At some point, Jeff, you should go through this album and see what works and what doesn't work for the playlist that we got because it fits very well.
Okay.
Huh. That's interesting. That's in the Ghostlands.
And when you say this, unit kind of stiffens up a little bit and says, "That's just superstition. It's just a salt flat. Don't."
I mean, it's
Kind
what
of
it's
gives a
called.
pointed look. It's like, yes, but
Mr. Barr looks at them
I'm
and
not
goes,
using that name in front of my
"Conversations
men, and would
typically-"
ask you to do the same. Morale's low enough as it is.
Yeah, Yuda's not afraid of no ghost.
Mr. Barr looks at them and says, "Okay, then.
What is
I will
up with
definitely not put a placard on the back of the crawler saying next stop Ghost City."
And
Well, that would be inaccurate because we're not going to Ghost City. We're going to a region known as the Ghost Lands.
You're gonna
Two
just
completely
puts her
different
hand on
things.
her forehead like.
what's up with these salt flats?
can I roll a stealth to there's like you know people will put like a piece of paper and like tape it to somebody's back. Can I roll a stealth for that?
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a sneak. Oh, I got a +2 to my dex. I'm
Who are
guessing
you
we're going
rolling
off
it?
the deck.
Who are you rolling it against?
Oh, just the person that said please don't say that we're going to the ghost lands.
So it's an opposed.
Oh, gross. Did you get better than a 7?
Yeah, I got a 9.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so I get caught trying to do that.
She gives you one of those like fake stern looks.
If you read the note, it says next stop, going to get some Ghostbusters.
She just like gives you that angry look you've seen from her before, but it slips for a moment. And as she turns away from you, there's like a little bit of a smile. And I don't know how much you remember her past interactions with you, so that might not mean anything to you. Anyway,
No, I remember that we were not on great terms.
So
He
yeah.
takes a note.
Okay, and anyway, she gets back to the map. Says, anyway, the Western Salt Flats is where they have mothballed majority of the previous Navy.
I mean, that makes sense. It's a good location for preserving.
And I don't think you'd have to worry about rust too
Preserving
much.
meat, that's good. Just salt flats are a great place to corrode anything metal.
Depends on the type of metal, but yes.
That's why. Wait, what type of metal am I made out of?
I don't believe that they really care if it gets corroded, but my ship should be all right. Much of the equipment should still be just fine if it was packed correctly. And considering I was forced to decommission my own ship, it was packed correctly. To read a
Well,
skill.
then we shouldn't have to worry about it too much.
I can't imagine what it would be like having to decommission my own shield, let alone my entire ship.
It is. It's a process.
I was thinking more of the emotional side.
It's a process.
And it sounds like we're about to open up old wounds. As he does a thumbs up.
And write salt in them.
Yes.
Lots of salt.
How is that lemon farm coming along, just to make it even worse?
Well, the lemon farm's coming along just fine.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I would imagine Lumi would be great at making a lemon farm with that sour attitude.
I'm now just imagining there being a couple lemon trees growing off the back of the coal chute. And I want this to be canon.
We have to have. No, we need to have oranges on the ship for good luck. Tangerines specifically.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get it.
Hang on, typing out a thing.
Oh, real quick. I did remember that I think it wasn't last time, but the time before that Lumi said that she didn't trust Blues and Blues was very offended by that. So I remembered that going back in the old noggin of remembering stuff when you asked.
Yep. As she kind of shakes off the banter a little bit, says, "So, problem is, if we take this approach, which is the most direct one, it is mostly over land, and there's zero chance we would go undetected." And then she points out another section of hills. However, if we go through this mountain range, I think we got a chance. We come out here, and she points at a spot that doesn't mean a lot if you don't know how to read a map, but Mover estimates it would be like about 5 miles from the target. The route is considerably longer and perhaps
More likely to be safer.
well, safer from our enemies anyway.
Lady Un, we have a bar with us. Stealth was never an option.
Helios.
Well,
Yes.
It's like, how heavily defended could this place be, anyways?
it could be fairly well defended, but see,
It only
as it's
takes one set of eyes at the wrong moment to ruin the whole plan.
How do we remove their eyes from very long distances?
well, you can shoot eyes out of
Go
the
down.
sockets.
That is why we're going to be going through the mountains, the far edge of the fogland, so to be fairly safe going through there.
How long would it take a group of people to go on foot?
Foglands? Do these fogs have sharks in them?
We are not going through that again. Shut up. Don't give the DM ideas. I'm gonna do a murder.
Usually it's the other one that says they're going to do a murder.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. You need to work on your intimidation, though.
I wasn't trying to be scary. It was more so just a matter of fact.
Helios.
So let me get this straight. We're planning on, in an area that is superstitiously been labeled the land of ghosts, and we're planning on taking the foggy route.
That is correct, yes.
Mr. Barr asks.
That is correct, yes.
And you're asking me not to reveal any of this information.
I will manage my own. All we require is shelter aboard your crawler while we make the journey through the
That'll
mountains.
work.
Okay. Quick question. How long would it take for us to park the crawler at like the edge of these mountains, and then have a group of us go on foot, clear it out, and then move the crawler in. Because we can't lose the crawler, and if this place is as heavily fortified as what I'm assuming, which is not lightly, that's a risk. Not that we can afford to lose anyone here either, to be clear.
My initial plan was to park the crawler at the edge of the valley opening and march from there. 5-mile quick march doesn't sound so bad, does it?
No, but would it be how? Are we planning on doing a full frontal assault, or because if we have a way to properly do this, we could send myself. Believe it or not, I do know how to be sneaky when I need to be. As he looks towards the note and crumples it and throws it off to the side. I know Lumi knows how to be sneaky. Sai knows how to be sneaky. These two, I'd imagine, you guys are good at being sneaky, right? Mr. Bunnyman, Elf Lady, sneaky? Yes? No? Because if we're able to take out their lookout, then we could potentially get the crawler right up to the base before anyone notices. If we take out their scouts beforehand.
I will point out that the Cauldron Born is technically faster than the Crawler. If you're trying to get there quicker, it would be faster to unload.
So then we could have bar wait. We go in, take out guards, open door, let Cauldron Born in. Cauldron Born wreak havoc. Move crawler.
Could you give me a wisdom check, please?
Who? Everyone?
What?
What wisdom check from who?
Blues.
Oh, okay. Can I get advantage because I'm doing war tactics?
No.
Do we have anything that works for this? Armor. Can I convince you that this is analyzing weak points or strengths?
It's not related to that.
Son of a gun! Alright, well, here goes the flat roll. I need new dice.
What you get?
A 4. I got a 4. This is an awesome plan that's gonna work so smooth.
Okay.
Why don't we wait to come up with a plan to deal with the enemy till we see what they have?
Got some feedback on Helios's line? Bit of cross chatter.
Yeah, Helios was down to follow.
I was just saying that you're hot micing.
Oh, I was? I wasn't even saying anything.
I'm hearing myself.
Well, that's.
Oh.
Yeah. No biggie. I just wanted to be aware it is kind of distracting. So.
Like, some other stuff.
So what you failed to notice was Nani just being there.
Nani is always just there. I've assumed this is a constant at this point.
And she keeps looking at you and giggling.
Looking at who?
All right. Well, now I'm
Blues.
nervous. Oh, you know who else we could send out because they auto succeeds all their freaking stealth checks. We could send out Nani as the scout, but I'm not sending her out by herself.
You better not, or else I'll burn your. I don't know.
You'll try.
Bridges.
Yeah. I gave you a chance to notice her, but you didn't.
I wasn't gonna succeed even if I did roll a 12. She has a plus of 13 to her stealth. I have a plus 0 to my wisdom.
At least your wisdom's got a plus.
It doesn't. It's a plus 0. So I guess
Mine's
it's
a minus.
That's what I thought.
my intelligence is -1.
I have 1 minus 1.
I think we all do at this point.
Nope.
And what is
I've
it?
got 2 -1s.
Oh no.
I don't have any negative stats.
Good for you.
How did
Yours
you
is
do
Most
easy.
of them are 0 though.
It's
I have a
balanced out.
+2 in strength, a +2 intelligence, and a +1 in con.
Pretty good.
So
And then it's
Right, my
plus
charisma is
zeros in the
+1.
rest.
Good, you can stand in front of me in battle.
That's my job.
No, because if
actually
he
is
stands
Fine.
behind you, he'll get hit in the head.
No, that's gonna happen either way.
normally stat increases are handled through skills. Like a skill will give you an advantage. That's why it doesn't seem like a lot. Plus, this is a 2d6 system, so even a +1 or plus nothing is actually not bad. Any increase
yeah,
of
for
1
sure.
increases your odds like a lot. So everything seems low, and if you play a lot of D&D, it's like, man, it doesn't seem like my character's really powerful. It's like, well, actually, those skills circumvent a lot of things. There's a lot of +2 to this kind of roll. So even though it's a bit more situational, it's potentially a lot more powerful. In case of Mr. Barr,
Yes,
he's balanced by the fact that he drives a gigantic war machine.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm
it
balanced
usually
by that.
wrecks all
Charisma's
battle
also
plans
got
every
a-
time that thing comes out. So
Yeah.
That is our battle plan.
No.
and then Mr. Mover is just tends to hit everything he aims at, even when the odds are against him. So
Or get it whenever he's aimed at.
it's like a good luck charm at this point. Gets it in the head, but then you guys succeed overwhelmingly. So
Okay, wait a second. So I did mention that I crumpled up that piece of paper, correct?
Yes.
yeah.
I throw it behind me and it hits your head. Now my rolls will be better for today.
You want to roll for that, buddy?
It will fail, but sure. What am I
Okay, would
rolling?
that be would that be dexterity or
That'd be dexterity.
Okay, I guess I'm rolling to throw a piece of paper at your head. Come on, purple Cthulhu dice, don't fail me.
Do you want me to counter roll or?
It's a 10.
I
Did
don't
not
know.
fail me.
I think it happens fast enough. But if you want to roll like a reflex, should also be a dex roll.
Let's see. That is a 9 plus 2,
Son of a gun!
so 11.
You beat me by 1.
See, this wasn't anything that was going to hurt him, so of course you succeeded. The piece of paper, however, oh, yep, it hits Periwinkle.
You've got to be kidding me.
Periwinkle's like,
And that is
why?
Periwinkle, that wasn't meant for you. I promise that was meant, and I point to Sai. It was meant for him. I promise.
It's too late for you.
Mr.
sir.
Barr. Mr. Barr goes. Okay, so looks at the map and
So on the crawler, you're in charge, you said? This lady unit
Yep.
looking at you. I see.
crawler navigation operations and sleeping accommodations are all run through me.
Lumi doesn't need any sleeping accommodations. She sleeps wherever.
And she is a cat, so I'm guessing now she's a bit more of a werewolf, but whatever.
But we don't talk about
wherever.
that.
They both sleep wherever.
Lumi
Blue's
sleeps
also
wherever.
just kind of conks out wherever
Lumi
he wants.
does have a room.
Lumi sleeps where Lumi wants to sleep.
Sai, do you sleep upside down? Like a bat?
No,
No.
it's a T pose.
Yeah, he T-pose, don't you remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a second. Have we ever talked about Blue's doing... Or no, it's Blue seems like a normal person.
Normal. Right.
Blue sleeps standing up because he's a robot.
Does
Doesn't
he?
need to lie down. Just shuts down.
He
for a
doesn't
while.
need to, but I feel like he would anyways.
It's also we did talk about this because you don't want to take up as much space.
Oh, right. That's right.
The whole soldierly thing. I could sleep in a broom closet if I need to.
Yep, that's what... I remember this now. I was
So-
thinking of him as more of a kid and like, yeah, I'd
So
want my
what
bed
did
to
you
be
want to know
comfortable.
about? So what's your point of asking me about who's in charge of the crawler? I
It's
think
just-
that means that you got something you want to know or you want to do.
I'm just admiring the discipline in the crew. Anyway,
Well, you know what? Who said that we needed discipline here? This is my family.
I can hear
As
the
weird
internal
and crazy
screaming.
as they are.
Hi, I just joined, kind of.
Except the rabbit, he's new.
Gives a tips hat and gives a gentlemanly bow.
He may yet be adopted, who knows?
Some of us are certainly adopted.
My city was destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of our lives were destroyed, and as I just, I guess, throw my hands up in the air and then kind of look at
your
Lady
city was
Moon.
destroyed. Some of you destroyed cities.
Good times, good
My
times.
my
Or, you know.
species was hunted down, and then my city got destroyed.
Wait a second. Did you?
War Machine says, "Welcome to the club, pal." And then he ducks again as Johnny Law looks over at him. Anyway, says so. I believe one of you mentioned sharks.
Oh boy.
Yep, we
Blue.
fought some flying sharks. We just finally got some of the last stings out before we went flying off into who knows when.
And I
how
think we still have some of the shark meat in the
dumplings? You made them into dumplings.
There's
I missed this shark fight.
their activity has been pretty scarce of late. They shouldn't be too much of a problem as we pass through.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God! They moved from fog
no.
to tornadoes.
Wait, you're saying they are there?
They should
Well,
is
yes.
the quotation.
Hey guys, I've got an idea.
And then she points and says, "Well, yes, that's the fog lands. I mean, how many fog lands are there?"
I have
3
a
that I know
question.
of.
Okay, I'm definitely not allowed to open any hatches while we're going through here.
I will
Bar?
concur.
Why would you? I mean, you have a nearly impregnable crawler. I mean, they can't really do much against it if they were a problem.
I want a chainsaw and I want a round 2.
Hey guys, I've got a brilliant idea. They've got
What's up?
actually we got these sharks here that can tear through all types of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if instead of planning on taking the crawler to the base, we took the crawler to the sharks and then tried to rope the sharks and ride those into the base?
I don't think the fog
I
goes
don't
out
think
far
we're
enough.
going to have a lot of luck with that.
I feel like given our last encounter with them, it may not be a good idea.
I think we learned a lot from our last encounter, and I love this idea. I just don't think the fog goes out far enough. Listen, this is our chance to make the sequel trilogy How to Train Your Fog Shark, and it sounds awesome. I'm gonna name my fog shark Toothy because he's got lots of teeth.
All
What is a
right,
fog shark?
Mr. Bard, can I have some duct tape, please?
Let's see. That would be in B17G.
All right, I'll be right back.
B17G is the one bin that didn't get reorganized in your absence.
Thank.
Because it is
Oh
just
my.
a bin full of duct
Why would you need to reorganize a bin full of duct tape? It's already
Exactly.
organized.
Although it doesn't match the surrounding bins, it's still unplugged.
All right, now that Lumi's done distracting us, let's get down to business.
Permission to duct
Let's
tape
get down to
his
business.
mouth.
Sorry.
And defeat the sharks.
Well, they haven't
I
been
really don't think
that
that'll work.
active lately. I don't think there'll be a problem. If they are, leave the hatches closed. That's why we're riding inside instead of marching on the outside.
All right, here, give me a second. We have Bar, Lumi, 2 unknowns, and all of your people. I don't know if I trust primarily the first 2 that much.
Okay. It was one time.
Well, I'm
And that's
sure.
all it takes, and you almost died.
And I didn't.
You're welcome.
I think I was the closest one to dying on that one.
Perhaps some
Because of
decorum
Lumi's
could be
mistake.
exercised in this case.
What's the decoratum?
Discipline, self-control.
Oh,
Oh, you know what? We'll put a sign that says, "Do not hope open hatch." I'm looking at you, Lumi.
Can you give me another wisdom check, Blues?
Gosh dang, stop making me roll wisdom.
But it's so
I'm
much
sitting
fun.
here going, wonder what's why you.
Come on, natural 12, please. This is 7. I got a 7.
Okay. As you turn to Lumi, you hear a rustle of paper behind you.
Give me a second. I need to go scratch my back, and then I go and it's scratch my back on like the corner.
Yeah, a piece of paper comes off that says, "I am a poopy head."
I turn it. Do I recognize this this handwriting at all?
Let's just say Nani's laughter is now actually audible.
I turn it around and I say, I remember your glue when you says bounce on me, sticks on you, and then I throw it.
Roll 2d6 with dexterity.
There we go. That is a 9 plus 2. 11. Most important roll in the game. I
I-
swear, she rolled
I got
F
11
12.
on the die, and you know her dexterity's good.
I hate everything. I
Throw it back. Throw it back.
I find another piece of paper and I throw it at the DM.
Roll
You're
for it.
picking
Yeah,
fun
you
with
would
me,
try to
sir.
do that, wouldn't you?
And
Breaking
that
the
piece of
fourth
paper
wall.
also hits Periwinkle. She rolled a 3.
And I look and I explain, I swear, Periwinkle, that was meant for Nani. They keep on standing in front of you and then moving. It's their
At this
fault,
point,
not
I
mine.
just grab. At this point, I just grab Periwinkle and put her behind me, or between. Should put myself. Should put her says that I'm between her and Blues.
Standing
Wow,
behind
Blue.
people's worked out for her
Really
so far.
mature of you.
Now I had to come up with a reason to throw a piece of paper at Bar.
You know already? Anyway. You're just
Mr.
like,
Barr will be prepping to grab the upcoming paper that he knows is coming.
how long does it take to get this thing moving anyway?
Well, let's see. I take a quick look at the pressure gauges.
I don't believe
I
you.
can have us going in about 5 to 10 seconds.
Okay. It's like minutes, hours, days, weeks, years.
Centuries.
Keep in mind that Barr had paused for dramatic effect.
He's a showman.
All right then. And she turns to her aide and says, "Get them loaded." And the aide is going to walk out and start rounding up soldiers that start trickling in and forming ranks on the main deck. It's a little cramped, and there's still a few laundry lines here and there, but overall they look fairly impressive. But there's a lot fewer of them than you would have hoped. It seemed like there was a lot more when they were around camp bustling about, but now that they're actually all standing still, it's like there's not that many of them.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was going to share a closet with one of them.
You do have enough men to operate your airship, right? Mr. Barr asks, seeing
She gets
the thin
a
crew.
flustered look and says, "Can make do." Can make
So,
do.
no,
Good enough for
but
me.
you're going to do what you have to.
Pirates operate their ships with one madman at the wheel and everyone else jumping off it onto other ships, so how hard can it be?
About 10, actually.
Wait,
Flashback to
Mr.
being
Barr
the one man.
chuckles.
how many times have you dealt with pirates?
Quite a lot lately as we've become allies in all this.
Quite a lot before, as I recall, as you hunted pirates before. If I'm not mistaken.
You aren't. As long as they kept to certain boundaries, they were safe, but not all of them are as honorable as the Captain Emily. Been fortunate enough to not have been tasked with her capture. I don't think it would have ended
You
well
wouldn't
for
be able
either of
to if
us.
you did. No, just you. It turns out just you,
Shoot,
actually.
I don't think that would have ended up well for the landscape.
I think it would be over pretty fast. I might be biased.
Unit gives
Well, just
Blues
because it's
a
over fast doesn't mean that it won't be catastrophic.
Unit gives
For one side,
Blue-
it would be
Blues
catastrophic.
Unit gives Blues a look and says, "Just be thankful that you and I have never been enemies."
Wait a second. We haven't? I thought we were. You tried to arrest me for existing.
Yeah, there's something of a difference between a police action and being an enemy.
You
At least that's what I'm
recall
told.
I left without actually attempting to do any such thing.
Oh, I thought it was because it was your day off and you wanted to clock out.
It was my assistant at the time that was overeager in performing the arrest.
I see. So it was your assistant's fault.
And he paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
With his life.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
Listen, we didn't see the body on camera.
Yeah,
He
you
might
did.
still be out there.
Yeah, you did.
Life,
You shot in the
livelihood.
head right in front. You shot him.
Listen, my eyes were malfunctioning that day. I didn't see it on camera. I saw it with my real eyes, and I don't believe those things.
Anyway, says you stood with my brother when he needed it. So while we weren't enemies, we ought to be allies now. It gives you a lot of credibility in my book.
Fair enough. And for what it's worth, for someone who mentioned arresting me, you did a pretty bad job, and that's pretty good in my book.
I'm trying.
I could tell. Like I said, you mentioned it.
Anyway,
Alright, one of these days we're going to play
straightens her
cops and
uniform.
robbers.
Straightens her uniform and looks down at the deck. Calls out, "Where's Robinson?" And the gathered troops look around and not here. Ma'am. Forgot the address. Not here, ma'am. Like, well, we need to be going. We aren't leaving anyone behind. Does anyone knows where he last was?
I think Robinson was eaten by one of the sky sharks, or land sharks, or fog sharks.
You aren't close enough for that.
I said land sharks first.
Land sea lions.
Those dang old land fishes. Go back to the ocean where you belong.
She's just like, all right, well. She turns to look at her newfound allies. Says, I don't suppose any of you are any decent at tracking down people.
I
I've been known to dabble in that.
hold up a
Do
finger
they
and I
have
run
a
away.
smell? Do they have? Do we have an object to smell?
Hang on. And she leans over. Did someone have his gear at least? Was that packed? And one of the soldiers holds up a backpack. So yeah, I got his pack.
Why would he leave without his pack?
Because he was eaten by a shark.
Okay, duct tape is going on your mouth.
No, I'm not there. I said it in a different tone to imply that I wasn't there and that was out of character.
Mhm.
I'm
In
off
real life.
also. I meant to I didn't have a chance, but I also did try to get Nani to go with me as I ran off when she asked about finding and tracking things down.
Nani was
Nani-
distracted.
All right, well that's fine. I'll grab the stuff for her.
Mr. Mover will use his hunt and track skill.
I'd like to sniff the pack.
You're gonna
Okay.
do a big sniff.
I'm gonna do a big sniff. Big sniff.
Mr. Barr grabs his Sprite vessel and
Oh yeah,
says, "You wouldn't happen to know anything about this, would you?"
You have a whole
I mean,
skill
now
for
I'm
that.
thirsty.
You have a whole skill for that. I need to remember what all your skills
That
are.
is a 9 plus my wisdom, which is +1, so 10.
Nice.
Booyah! So hunt and track skill. When you follow a trail of clues left behind by passing creatures / automatons. On a 10 plus, you can choose one of the following: gain a useful bit of information from the GM or determine what caused the trail to end.
All right. So all you need is a trail, which looks like your Wolfie girl could get you started on.
Work.
Um,
Permission to roll.
yeah. This would be a discern realities using +3 modifiers, so long as your questions are based on sense or sounds.
I'd like to be able to smell where he has gone.
Okay.
I go sniff sniff. It
Give me a
roll it
roll.
through my tongue. Which one do I need to do it through?
It's a
Like
it's a
2D.
it's a
2D6?
plus wisdom for a discern realities +3.
Is it 2d6?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2d6.
Okay.
Unless
That's good.
otherwise, it'll always be a 2d6 unless I say otherwise.
Okay, that's what I assumed. I got a 6 plus 3 is a 9.
All right. Cool. So you can ask a question based on scent. You
Can I
have
smell his most recent direction using the smell that I have, the backpack I have in my hands?
yeah. Hang on.
Kitty.
Hmm.
Kitty girl, meow.
Yeah, I'm just
Kitty's
not
purring
certain if
loudly.
my skill with my Sprite is actually useful in a scenario like this or not.
I think your characters might find out about my character soon being a ghoul.
Oh no! Did you eat somebody?
No, I'm getting hungry though. Why do you think I went to the medical ward last time?
Because there was an injured person.
Because I was going to try to nom on one of the dead bodies.
Oh, You could just say go fetch, and I'll go find you a body part.
You know, the good news is that I'm a metal boy.
I don't know this, and my character has kept it a secret that even his friends just recently learned.
Yumi goes down.
Okay.
Until I left my dice over there.
Back.
I was just starting to wonder how much trouble we're in with how much dice you had to be rolling in the background there.
Let me ask where Guy go, right?
Yes, that was last question.
Okay.
I know where Liv goes.
I assume you've
not
left
fine.
the crawler to find this out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've caught a scent, but because they were camped, you would know. Obviously, you're tracking down a thing. You go right, circle the camp, find where the scent leaves it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And doing so, you went say northwest, and for too much longer, you do find a physical trail for that Psy mover could follow.
Sai, your turn. There's a trail there.
Sai keeps following the trail.
Catch up on messages. Let's get if you.
Well, you catch up on messages. Blue burst into the meeting room where you guys were, dressed in a full-on Sherlock Holmes outfit, and looks to where Nani was and says, yes, Dr. Walter, we will find them and solve the case." And I look and everyone's gone.
Yep.
And now I'm solving
Actually-
my own case of where did everyone go.
Actually, Yuna's still standing there.
And I look and I'm like, you all have to do, come on. Come on, Dr. Walter.
Very well. I suppose you have
Perfect.
your methods.
And now I'm like, we have two cases today. First, we need to find where the rest of the group went. Second, we need to find, what was the guy we're looking for his name?
Robinson.
Yes, and second, we need to find Mr. Robertson.
Robinson.
Mr. Robinson.
Like the movie.
I jotted that down on a piece of paper.
Okay. So the tracking party. The
I split the party.
Yeah.
who all is in the tracking party?
I guess everyone except
Me.
for
Yeah.
It's everyone but Blues.
I think so.
Yeah.
On your way out, Blues, you do bump into someone else.
Oh?
Okay. However, they sidestep you this time, almost if they're on guard from objects or you coming from your direction.
I throw that note because I noticed that I spelled Robertson wrong. I throw the note directly behind me.
She catches it.
Okay, perfect. And then I write down the correct spelling. I'm guessing it was periwinkle.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I need a wisdom check from you.
Hey, I got a 9. Pretty good.
Okay, yeah, that is pretty good. So you definitely notice when the piece of paper hits the back of your head.
And then I turn around to a thumbs up, and then I leave.
She's actually gonna follow you and say, "So you're looking for someone, right?"
Yes, we're looking for, and then I flip over to my note and I say it wrong anyways. Robertson.
Just kind of sighs. So you're asking the lady who's in charge, she gestures, to go out there where it might not be safe when, perhaps there's someone who job it was to look for lost people.
And then I look and I say, "All right, Dr. Walter," and I then point toward Periwinkle. "You're coming with me."
Yuna gives a sigh of relief, says, "Oh, thank God." It goes back to the control room. Periwinkle's like, "All right," and quickly, just as you walk past the room she's been staying in, she kind of yoinks her pack out of there.
And then I
Special
hand
pack.
her a sticker that says, "Hello, my name is Dr. Walter," and I have a different one I'll come up with later.
How heavy are you?
I think we discussed that he's a very heavy guy. I don't think we wrote
400.
it down, but yeah, he might be like half a ton. Or no, it wouldn't be half a ton.
Like a quarter ton.
Like a quarter. Yeah, a quarter ton. I think we talked about.
Like
I can believe that.
500
normally I
pounds.
wouldn't work with bullies, but I'll make an exception for you.
I promise I'm not a bully. There's been a huge misunderstanding.
All bullies say.
No, other bullies say I'm not the bully, you're the
So,
bully, or something like that. I know. I've been bullied. I was a sick kid once and I got bullied for being sick.
Parents got divorced and you decided to take it out on your fellow classmates.
No, what could happen to my parents? And then he just can't remember.
That is correct. I'm glad you remembered. You can't remember that. Moving on. It does probably give you a little bit of a stutter when you realize I can't remember this.
He pauses and is like, "That's not important right now. We've got to find Mr. Randyson."
Your heart does kind of that pulsing thing like when you're startled, but you're hiding it pretty well. The rest of the group outside, they found the trail and it leads into an I'm gonna butcher this, arroyo. Arroyo, I think that's how it's pronounced. Little narrow canyons.
Mm,
mm.
okay. I can't help but think of the Tailspin theme song now.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Butchered it that badly?
No, I just always have in my head, "Oh, Tailspin."
At that point, you can ask your question, Mr. Barr.
I pull up my Sprite and
Not Mr. Barr, Mr. Mover had the question. Never mind. He rolled earlier. It involved the trail, and the
yes.
trail is at an end, so you can ask your question.
The gain useful bit of information or determine what caused the trail to end.
Yeah, and I'll leave it up to you what you want.
We'll go with the useful information.
Okay. An arroyo typically is full of a lot of loose stone, loose gravel, and such. And this one in particular, it's mostly like shale and granite. And looking at where the trail comes to stop, it seems to have the ground doesn't appear to have been disturbed beyond that.
So he kind of just vanished? Is that
Looking
normal?
at the trail, looks around, no obvious signs of, like, did he jump? No obvious signs of him jumping to another spot to get his trail off, and it's like, not near a cliff?
Nope. The arroyo seemed to go just kind of deeper than around the corner.
Do people normally just vanish in your guys' experience?
You'd be surprised.
Because this is weird to me.
Anything
I mean,
from...
we did, so.
Is there any point... I will start looking to the sky.
Are you looking into the sky? Okay. Back to Blues and Periwinkle. So looks like the group went over that way. Should I fly up, see what I can see?
Yes, but we have to have a smart reason why we found them. That way they'll pay us extra.
What?
That's what
Looking for
that's what Murloc always does. Murloc is he takes really easy cases and then makes them sound like they're really complicated, so then that way the people will pay him more. He's the world's richest bad detective.
But on occasion he's known to, I mean, it's just missing Comrade, and Comrade is fine. I mean, he understands that much.
Sometimes.
Happened at least 4 or 5 times in those comics. Like, he's not a bully.
Well, a bully and bad person are two different things.
You may have just revealed that she's read through your comic collection.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, well, more often than not, that's usually just Dr. Walter being actually the smart one out of the two.
what about the runaway bride case?
That was a pretty good one. Murloc did an okay job on that one. Wait a second. Those comics are older than you. And he's putting this together.
And I was very careful with them.
We'll have to talk more about this later. Right now, we have a missing person.
So am I gonna you do a re-see or not?
I think that is what Dr. Walter would do. You should do that.
And without saying anything else, she flies up in the sky. And that is what Cymover sees in the sky is very.
And I'm
She
running
didn't
after
put
Perry.
on her uniform, so she is more or less in her pajamas of the rocket pack, but you know.
It's not flannel.
In a hurry, you know. Okay. So, back to the main group. So that's what you see. You see Periwinkle in the sky and nothing else.
Well, the fact that someone just disappeared without a trace is a little disconcerting. Doesn't
Mr.
look
Barr
like
takes
there
a
was a
flare out.
struggle.
Mr. Barr fires a flare straight up into the air. Let's call it a green one.
Roll for accuracy.
You his size head.
Mr. R misses the sky entirely.
Do I really have to
Shoots
roll for
straight
that?
it into the
No.
ground.
I was gonna say for accuracy of the actual color.
Yeah. That's it.
Was that tree always there?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Oh, I should check to see if the thing's on the front door.
Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
That's useful.
I don't
And
know what thing you're talking about.
CNC.
Oh, congratulations.
so
Not. Oh, it is here.
fired a flare up, which Periwinkle sees, and what? How do you want to proceed, though?
Hold on. Can you repeat that real quick?
So far, you fired a flare up. Periwinkle in the sky. Blue is probably on his way and has vanished out of trace. What are you doing?
I'm gonna pull up my. I'm gonna pull up my sprite's vessel and ask her if she senses anything odd.
She senses that she doesn't like being this far away from the Cauldron Born. Or the Black Cauldron.
We'll get you back in the cauldron before you know it.
Helios's stomach grumbles.
You should have eaten the dumplings in the fridge before we left.
I wish those agreed with my stomach.
I okay. So nobody's got anything.
Nope.
Oh, I'm not in the scene.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of hoping that firing the flare gun might attract what a shark ate our friend.
Goodness. I don't think it was a shark. So here's my theories. 1, magic. Teleportation. Something like that. Teleportation, levitation, whatever. 2, they were picked up by either an airship or a very large bird or dragon or something. Due to the lack of disturbance of the ground, it does not appear as though there was a
Really.
does not appear as though there was a struggle.
Hold on. I gotta continue on. Lumi kind of picks back up the smell a bit and follows it a little bit further on.
That
Okay. You guys following?
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me, DM. Am I there yet?
Yeah, you
No,
reached them while they were deliberating.
I
It's not that.
I do love the idea of being like 2 steps behind them at all times. Like I'm discovering their tracks.
I was thinking about the very first episode of Monty Python. The man they keep cutting to who's just running closer to the camera. And finally, at the end of it, he goes, "It's," and then the show ends.
Nice.
But anyway,
Lumi goes sniff, 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 sniff.
you guys are following.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah, I've got.
roll to get
Oh.
a better hold on the track?
No, you caught it in your nose, and I think it's like you're. It goes that deeper into the arroyo. There's not really anywhere else. Could go that way. So that
I have a magnifying glass. If that helps me see anything.
are you looking through the magnifying glass?
Yeah, for sure.
The rocks in front of you smolder as the sun is over your shoulder.
Makes sense.
All right, I need.
Look at this ant. Oh, it's gone. It's like a grasshopper. Oh, what happened to it? Oh my gosh, the one of a kind, almost extinct praying mantis. Where'd it go?
Oh God. Murderous child.
Oh. Alright.
Murderous, I would say. What's the right
Oh
term?
no. Yeah. Okay.
Unintentionally destructive.
We cut forward to Bug Society 300 years from now. It was the day of the Doom Laser.
Excuse me while I roll a bunch of dice.
Oh no.
It was a day that forever shaped our society and why we realized we must destroy humankind. And the camera zooms down, they're giant bugs.
There are
I'm just
bug
teasing
people.
my sequel campaign.
Okay. Yeah. So you head deeper into the Rorio. And you can hear something. Nice sharp hearing. I do believe Helios can also hear things well.
I do have big ears. I just don't know if it says anything on my sheet about that.
Nothing specific, but we can surmise.
Big ears didn't help you guys against Elmer.
Okay.
No, but the ability to cross-dress did.
Yeah, it's a skill you have to learn in this world.
Or FUD. The butt of every joke.
So how do I want to present this? So yeah, you hear something. You don't see anything. It's kind of a rumbly, grindy sound.
I really wish I thought to bring my cauldron with me.
Alright. A bumbling grinding sound? Does it sound like teeth grinding?
Or machine grinding.
It's not regular enough for machine grinding. It has kind of an organic sound.
Oh, yeah. Uh-uh.
Stop yawning. It's making me yawn.
I can't help it, okay?
Get some coffee.
I can't get some coffee.
But
I
yeah,
sent you the coffee you should drink.
Only two of you can hear it at this point.
I
Be
kind
right
of
back. I'm
my
gonna get some
ears
caffeine.
my
My ears
try-
perk up.
Okay. Yeah, good time for a quick break, yes. Anyone needs anything.
Apparently I need to go get coffee. Hold on.
Run but don't trip.
Okay.
I am sipping on energy drink.
You're only allowed to trip when you're walking. It's more comedic that way.
Just say it'd be better just not to trip, but
If you're gonna trip, do it in a funny way. Less
I mean,
embarrassing.
it's basically fall now, so
It is. Past the 21st of September, so. They don't use the term fall in New Zealand.
What do they use in New Zealand?
Autumn.
I figured.
Speaking of, while we're taking a quick break, I need to assist. Reducing labor tomorrow, so.
good. I was about to ask.
Oh.
Since you
they're inducing labor.
mentioned her.
Not right now. Apparently.
Her mic was on. Tell her I said hi.
They say hi. She says hi back.
There's some very good intermission music.
Meanwhile, I'm listening to a completely different playlist to the rest of you.
Buddy back?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Haven't
my
heard
cousin.
from Lumi yet.
Robot roll.
Well,
Robot.
there's only one robot here, so
That's not true.
He's not a robot. He's a cyborg. Difference.
And there's 3.
He finds it really offensive.
There are 3 robots here.
All in the crawler.
Well, 4. But do we have the other 2 heads?
Yeah, got all 3 heads.
No.
the heads were all hanging around the neck of the
Plus-
body.
Plus, yeah, the extras are now hanging. And then
Normally, that actually gets all the push all
plus
the
you
dirt.
have Johnny Law and Cuthbert.
Also, Anchor doesn't count as a robot. He's a monster.
Wouldn't he also
No.
be a cyborg?
He doesn't count as a Steamborg. He's a monster.
Well, I think it's arguable either way.
He has a T-Rex body and won't let me ride him. He's a monster.
That's a personal opinion.
And it's a darn good one, too.
I gotta remember not to spoil things to you people. Anyway,
Probably a good idea.
I was not able to procure coffee, but I was able to procure consumption.
what does that mean?
Food.
Oh. Look at that consumption was like a malady or some kind.
Well, now, to clarify, when she says food, she does mean the souls of her former enemies.
That was rotten flesh.
Yes.
Munch,
Not
munch,
enough.
munch.
Munch, 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 get poison. Munch, munch, munch.
Eat more.
Hey, now you're more than just sick in the head. Now you're sick in the stomach, too.
It's like White Castle. You can eat a whole bunch of it because of diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Thankfully,
I went to White Castle one time. I was like, can I please just skip the whole entire, eat it process? Can you just hand me the after result? Didn't actually do that, but it'd be very funny. They pointed me toward the toilets.
okay, so as you go deeper and I roll dice again. Okay. And one more. Oh, that's not the right dice for that person. I gotta roll each person's proper dice. They're not having a good day on noticing things. Mr. Mover, could you give me a wisdom check? What?
He said,
Wisdom +1, so 5 + 1 is a 6.
Okay. All right then. So you don't notice anything. Good for you. Um. And let's see, who else do I have to pick on?
No.
There's a lot of you to juggle, you know. Do-do-do-do.
I mean,
Um,
Mr. Bar's got his sentient glow stick.
do owls get bonus on hearing because they got pointy ears?
Actually, I do wish
What
for
do your
a.
elven elves hear?
I do wish for a wisdom check from Lyra.
Okay, let me move the cat. Hang on. I need those.
That's why
Hey.
you've been avoiding rolling dice.
Can I get off of those? Thank you.
No.
A wisdom check, you said?
Yep.
That is an 8. Will you not?
Okay. 8. Is that with or without wisdom?
With.
Okay. You hear something.
Cool. What does it sound like?
Here's you can liken it to is like a growling stomach, but it's not. It's not. It's not coming from any of the party.
Okay. I um oh, caps lock. I um I start looking around and hold up a hand for hopefully everybody to be quiet so I can try to listen more clearly and just say, hush, wait. And then I ask, does anybody else hear that?
I pull out my shield.
I hear something.
You'll notice, Blues, that the shield has been really well polished.
And it says on the bottom left corner, truly yours, War Machine.
I grab my pistol and one of my grenades.
Or your best friend. That's what I go. Well, how many grenades do you pull out?
One.
There's
Ah,
a
all right, I
like
wanted one.
essentially a sticker that's like last inspected by essentially.
Last inspected by War Machine 2 minutes ago. What?
No, the signature is not War Machine's. It's Anchor's.
Oh. I tear up the sticker and I throw it behind me. Who's behind me?
Who do you think?
This isn't the shield.
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle's in the sky. Periwinkle's in the sky.
Wait a second.
But that
look
wouldn't
at
be
it.
as comedically funny.
I look at it and I'm like, I need to get this thing as far away as possible. So I chuck it straight up in the air.
Oh. Yeah,
I say if he rolls a 12, he hits.
Yeah, roll for me. Roll for me.
Gosh, I love throwing pieces of paper and slowing down the whole game. Well, you won't be disappointed that it's a 10 total.
And Periwinkle failed to notice, as because you're a robot, and you did crumple it with machine hands, so it's crumpled really tiny. As this essentially paper bullet comes shooting up, and it plinks off of her stomach,
Ouch.
and she's kind of like, if you zoom in, she's definitely glaring at you now.
And then you hear Blues yelling from below, I swear it was an accident. I didn't see you up there.
Poor Periwinkle.
You are just bullying Periwinkle.
On accident. On
Periwinkle
accident.
hates bullies. I think the first time it wasn't an accident. I'm just going to point out, because you were in a mood when you first met Periwinkle, remember?
Well, no. I'm saying, yeah, but now it's an accident.
So,
Yeah.
It's sort of a running joke.
I
okay.
didn't trust Periwinkle at first.
She still doesn't trust you.
I don't blame that.
At any rate,
So, yeah,
I'm still staring at my. I'm still waiting to find out for any type of flicker, anything from my sprite as I'm looking around with my pistol waiting to ready to shoot.
the sprite, having noticed everyone else being a little more on edge, is visibly anxious.
I do ask, like, I make a quick mental, like, note out to Lamb. I'm like, hey, buddy, you notice anything?
That I think we're gonna need to, like, seriously kiss some butt for that girl to ever think anything positive. That boss.
Listen, we can worry about that later. That right now we have a less difficult battle on hand, and I need to focus on that. And it distracts myself from this monstrosity of a war that's about to happen.
Yes, well, do you hear that?
That's what everyone's saying. They hear something. I don't. What are you talking about?
Like
I don't hear it either.
a grinding sound, sir. I don't like it.
In what direction?
Down.
Underneath us, and I don't like that.
How much down?
Do I look like a GPR unit, sir?
No. Is it like directly beneath us?
It's hard to tell. It's like coming from everywhere.
All right, I have an idea. And I look to you guys, I'm like, all right, guys, you stay there. I have an idea. And then I want to try to like run, jump, and then kick off of the side of the canyon and then slam down on the ground with my shield to make a big thud.
Okay.
To hopefully
roll.
whatever it is, send them that direction.
I don't think this is a good idea.
I agree.
I don't think he asked anyone. Roll me a dex check, please.
Blues' whole mentality is if I get hurt, it's fine. They can't get hurt.
Are you gonna do a McDuck and cover as part of this action?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I do
Just asking.
because I got a 2. Four total, but
You
I
can
did roll
still
a
duck
natural 2.
behind the shield that you. Well, no, you rolled a 2. That's on an. So
I'm okay with just face planting. It's fine. Or landing on my
basically,
head.
this idea comes in your head, and you visualize it. It is so clear how it's gonna look. It's gonna be awesome. People are gonna clap. Lady Una clearly, I mean, she's obviously watching with binoculars. I mean, she isn't, but you imagine she's watching with binoculars. Even she's gonna be impressed by this. So you run forward, and you go to jump off the side of the canyon, but it is all loose gravel. And your feet kind of keep going up the side of the canyon while your head goes the other direction, and you cartwheel down and is partly buried under the gravel.
And I'm like, whatever it is, we'll clearly be distracted by the bunch of rocks moving, and I can hide in the rocks, and it won't see me coming. And so I try to like make it to where I can move a little bit, but I'm still in the rocks. I do say that out loud as well.
It
to
makes
save
an
face.
awful lot of noise.
I'm saving face.
Think you save face.
Well, yeah, he's
Okay,
trying.
then.
He's doing a bad job at it, but he's trying.
Man, it's 2 successes, 2. Okay. So yeah, the you're lucky you're armored. Ground erupts around you.
It worked.
Like
you-
around all of us or just around him?
Oh, the giant gaping maw comes up around the fallen Steamborg. How digestible would you say you are?
Not very.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. Yeah, so you're
I open
actively
fire.
being swallowed.
I try to shoot the mouth with my pistol.
Just as you give that like your thumbs up, you're okay. You're very much not okay.
I'm okay.
Periwinkle from the sky shouts an expletive, and then
That's a weird
run.
thing to say out loud.
Well, I'm trying to be fairly PG with my streaming.
Yeah, but I do love the idea that she just
I didn't
says
want to use.
expletive.
I didn't want to use an adjacent word in this case, so
It's still funny though.
I guess it's
So the idea
PG-13.
of
I
her
I
just
can get
actually
I can
saying
get
the word
away.
expletive.
Yeah, I can get away with it once. It's PG-13. She just says, "Holy shit, get out of there!" And
I like expletive better because it was funny.
she doesn't have her weapon, so she's just in the sky, like frantically waving. It's everywhere. And as you guys look around, there are several more like ripples in the rock.
Oh no.
I start running and try to fire off a red flare as I try to make a beeline back to where we came from.
Okay.
Can I army pick up or not army? Fireman carry Lyra. Like I pick her up and start running at like top speed.
Certainly strong enough. Are you saying anything, or are you just doing it?
I'm just doing it in the smoothest motion possible.
Okay. All right. And Helios, how are you reacting?
I am going to be following them and running back towards the crawler.
Okay.
Man, you guys are the best.
Just fuck.
And Mr. Mover?
Hey, I'm not equipped for this.
Let's see. There really isn't a whole lot of shadows around, is there?
We're in a canyon,
No.
maybe.
Because the sun was behind you guys.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, you could hide in my shadow.
Yeah, like you can go back and go forward essentially for shadows.
Yeah.
Rocky terrain.
Probably. Move a little bit away in the direction we had come from, and then pull out my rifle, ready to shoot at the maw.
Okay. Did I miss anybody?
What
Think
does this
so.
thing even look like?
Okay, so Lyra, you are being picked up. Are you allowing this to happen?
Sure. I am being carried. In the literal sense.
Well, I mean, the whole team is being carried. You're welcome. I solved the mystery single-handedly. I found it with my face.
Yeah, such a good job.
I'm gonna take that with the complete sincerity. Thanks.
What does a maw look like? By the
You know, it's
way,
like a mouth.
It's like a mouth.
It's like a big old mouth.
like the thing from Star Wars with
Well, no.
Jabba
There-
the Hutt.
There is a creature I'm thinking of that would be a good fit for this.
To
I'm getting
clarify,
the feeling it's a kraken.
the maw or maw is another word for like
I did leave a
mouth
hint in the
almost.
status.
Um, and maw is not a creature. Maw's mouth, not creature.
There is a dark Jedi named Ma in the Jedi Knight game.
Fair.
Anyway, I gotta find a picture now of what you see. So, that first one.
Huzzah! We always like it when it's easy.
Do do do. Do. Oh, the status had changed. I did have a status that was a clue, but that's what you see.
Oh, yay.
Oh, what do you know? A gravoid.
It's not an onkeg. I'm just gonna put it that way. And judging from the ripples in the ground, there's definitely more than one around. So, blues.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time
Real-
you've been swallowed by something.
Not gonna do it.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
The smell trail that I was following, did I smell it from any of the one that ate blues, the one that actually came up out of the ground? Did I smell the scent coming from in there?
They have a real strong, like very earthy scent that until it bursts out of the ground just kind of went undetected.
I'm not the scent that I was following. The
Well, yeah, I
guy's
mean
scent.
it would be covering it up.
Oh, okay.
It's a safe bet as to what happened.
Don't worry, guys. I'll be fine.
I throw
Skin-
one of my poison gas grenades behind me.
Skin is too thick to cut from the outside. I'll have to go on the inside.
Basically. So, hear me out, guys. I have this thing that lets me find weak spots. I'm just saying. Wait a second, real quick. Can you send me the thing that or like the link that we're live on? I got a Austin made a dumb joke and I gotta prove to him that I'm actually playing with friends.
Yeah, let me. Copy.
He was trying to get me to play Dead by Daylight, and I told him I ain't got time right now, but maybe later. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure you're so busy playing with friends," and I'm like, "Shut up."
Response is yeah, because I have friends.
I mean, I have multiple, and that's that's why I got two friends trying to do two different things. That's not true. You guys are more than one friend.
You're an
Two friend
entity.
groups trying to do two different things.
Yeah, two friend groups. Sometimes these friend groups
You're a
overlap.
single
Not that
entity.
often.
We think is one.
Yeah, one.
We are the Borg.
You're a single entity with
Resistance is futile.
dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, that
Join
actually makes a lot of
us.
sense.
Join us.
That's why I've never seen. Well, that's not true. I've seen all but one of your faces. I can't make that joke.
Well, if you looked at pictures, you've seen everyone's faces.
I don't think I've seen JB's face.
I think you're one of the few of the originals that haven't.
The OGs.
I mean,
That's right. If she ever comes,
Nova found your TikTok and felt the need to share it with me. So yeah, I've seen JB's face.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, that's pretty funny.
Anyway.
If you ever swing by Ohio, he almost lives in Ohio. We could all hang out sometime.
Well, regardless,
So
we've got the graboids chasing us, and I've just thrown a poison gas grenade behind me.
you
Well,
have
the good news about
which,
news about us fighting graboids, we already have Bert.
Hi.
Because you have the robot named Bert. Bert. That was the robot's name, right?
Scrap Bert.
Scrap Bert.
Yeah.
Ah. Scrap, cut, same difference. Okay, so Mr. Blues.
Yeah.
You're being actively swallowed. So what do you want to do?
Oh, well, okay. First of all, I got a whole list of things I want to do. But chief among them is look really cool. Secondly is get out in one piece. I am able to find weak spots.
In buildings. Or
Well,
Mega Machine.
What's the
This is a
what
big
is
creature.
a creature other than a living structure?
This is a real big creature. How
Um,
big is it? How big we talking?
in your Murloc outfit, which is disintegrating, by the way. Did you?
Oh man.
Did you pack any weapons?
Yeah, for sure. I had all my normal stuff. I just threw that on top.
Okay.
And the reason why it
So-
took me so long was because I was trying to find the Nani size Dr. Walter outfit, which I don't usually have someone to throw that on.
So the
But that's gone too. Dang it!
in a moment you realize that while the disruptor would probably make quick work of the insides, you don't know what to do with you being that close.
Actually, I do. I've done this a lot of times.
Your hot mic getting
Oh, dear.
Helios, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I tried to adjust my screen so it wouldn't.
Is it? Let's see here.
Some days I can handle it, some days I can't.
What is the XLCG?
That's your pistol.
Okay, it ignores armor. Granted, I'm on the inside. I don't know if that would help. Is it like a bullet armor?
The XLCG was it's written down somewhere.
Oh, so it's close, -1 damage, ignores armor, zap. So I guess it's like electricity.
Yeah. It's like a
Okay.
superpowered taser. Yeah, because -1 off your damage die, but it ignores armor.
Alright, here's my thought. I'm gonna take my shield, I'm gonna slam it into the side of this thing, and try to like keep myself from getting sucked all the way down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start charging my blaster. And you can get
The disruptor?
back to me. Yeah, the disruptor.
Okay.
You can get back to me in 15 seconds.
Okay. The rest of you, as you run away, I'm gonna need you all to, except for Psy Mover and Lyra, who's being carried. The rest of you need to roll a dexterity check.
Okay, let's see. 8 plus 2 is 10.
Okay.
I really like my new dice tower.
I
Oh,
like
is
my
it-
dice tower too.
Is it the one you showed me?
9, and yes.
It is a very good
Okay.
one.
I got an 8.
Okay.
And I also want to get a dice tower, but I'm just waiting.
Well, I got this one while I was dying.
It was a staying alive present. It was given to her by the Bee Gees while they sing the song.
That'd be an epic way to get a gift. I'm just saying.
I agree.
For those looking for
Honestly,
dice towers, I'm about to have them on my website for sale.
Honestly, I'm jealous that that didn't happen to me because I'd love to have the Bee Gees sing "Staying Alive" and give me a present for staying alive. Give me a second while I show off said dice towers. Because I still haven't sent this to you, Jeff. I apologize. I think Andy has some stuff he wants to send to you too.
He did already.
He did already? I don't have to make a separate shipment then. Anyways, Staying Alive wasn't there. Yeah.
My one feedback arrow is some magnets on the bottom of the tower to hold it when it's upright so it doesn't rock as much.
Okay, I'm actually going to be adjusting the design to also have
and some felt in the tray to keep the dice from bouncing out. We used it quite extensively, so I have critical feedback for it.
Or at very least, like a deeper cut in the to have the guards a little bit higher. We used it a lot when we were rolling 2d6s shooting at each other. I won that match, suck it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be I've definitely got some design changes. I'm actually going to be shortening the tower by a couple inches
Okay.
to make
So-
it easier to fit into certain shipping boxes.
Okay.
Or
Makes
maybe
sense.
just an inch.
None of you have fallen down. I just want to point that out. Which is good.
Yay.
For the ground is erupting around you.
Well, you guys are gonna escape just fine. Thanks for thanks.
Oh, don't
Welcome.
worry. I'm going to come back to you.
Ty is my only friend.
Periwinkle is gonna like hover down to Sai
run.
and say, "Do you have an extra gun?"
I had a friend in you.
I have a extra sword.
What's a sword gonna do
Uh,
from the sky?
A sword gun.
Oh, right. Your
I got
hand
shooter cannon.
cannons.
I have firepower.
So
I
so
just
I'm
gotta
imagining you
secure.
have like Lyra over your shoulder and holding on with one arm, and your other arm just kind of reaches up with a gun and say, "Here."
And then she accidentally pulls the trigger. About the only one.
Can I
No, she's
throw
got
it
good.
into the air?
Yeah, just I sh- that was the
Oh,
wrong
she's not
dice.
gonna catch it.
No, she
There's
totally
no way she
will. That's
catches
not
this.
what I'm rolling for. Cool. Okay. Not
have
only
to
does she catch it, because seriously, she's a Sky Ranger. They trained for this, man. I don't make you guys roll for everything that you should know how to do really well, right?
Yeah, well, she's been hit by a
Yes,
bunch
you
of pieces
do.
of paper today.
You see, rolling for stuff that I should have known how to do is how I became an inept engineer.
Well, you were trying to. Anyway, the point is.
It's just DM bias, I understand.
I was going to say, I mean, checking doors for traps is something that a competent engineer ought to do, but.
At that point, it already neutered my engineering ability.
Which is to say a miracle. That you have any.
Actually, whenever you've done repairs, I don't make you roll for that. You just do it. It's usually a roll for time.
Oh.
Like, how much time did it take? And generally, more fine motor skills was a Scarlet sort of thing. You think you guys were a team. You're working without your extra set of arms. It's bumming you out. Anyway, she catches it and pulls off a pretty impressive spin and fires at the one that's come up that's sort of blocking your guys' way. Rolled 4. I need to look up these stats because it's been a while.
I should have had Lyra throw it up. She's like on the right side. She could have pulled it out of my belt and chucked it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Missed
so it's, let's
opportunity.
see, two-handed, near, loud, fierce one, messy, forceful, then requires a reload. Okay. So fired, didn't miss, and it kind of like a jet boost. That's like a counter force to her rocket pack. Because your gun blades are they're hand cannons. You know, they're a little
They're
short
kind of
range,
powerful.
blunderbusses with a sword attached. So it kind of like flips her over, and see how her reflexes are on that. Ooh, yeah, that didn't go well. She flips this way, and because of jet still firing, kind of rockets into the side of the one that had swallowed or was trying to swallow Blues.
Uh-oh.
Use tackle.
It wasn't very effective.
She is stunned.
I guess that would be more of takedown then.
Yeah, because she didn't have her helmet on or anything. That was kind of a crunch.
Damn it.
She did that into the plume of poison gas, I'm going to make mention.
Yeah, which is having zero effect on the creatures.
Yeah, they probably breathe so much dirt. It's not even funny.
They had a good filtration system.
I can
Whoa.
hope that these poison gas grenades will come in handy. Now I'm down to just one.
I will point out. Go ahead.
Rabbit, can you take Lyra really quick?
I'm being carried, literally.
Yeah, I should be able to.
Get her to safety first. Chuck.
Will do.
Chuck Goose.
Can I immediately can I chuck Lyra into Helios's arms and then immediately start running back?
Yeah,
Oh, the guilt finally caught up with you.
definitely.
No, well, I had to secure important personnel first. You can handle yourself, you're metal.
Important personnel.
I know, I'm metal as hell.
My intention was to make sure Lyra was safe because I know we have a bunny rabbit who can run on their own. Philip, Mr. Barr has shown himself to be very damaged. Has the
Resistant?
ability resistant. Sai literally can move through the shadows.
He's come
Blues
close to
is
dying so
metal.
many times.
I don't want to lose the only normal person we still have left.
Oh, Lyra, she called you squishy.
I don't think she's squishy. I think
No,
she's
she called her normal.
Normal. Squishy.
In comparison to the rest of us, you're squishy.
I'm not trying to be insulting. Don't take my words insulting.
One of the players just called Lyra the only normal person.
Hey, Mr. Barr is technically usually normal.
My headset is
He just
muted.
has a bit of random luck that saves him.
Which makes them not normal. Most people don't have random luck. We have random bad luck, and that's about it.
Anyway, Blues, as you're like trying to brace yourself for this shot down the Golden Beast, you
Wait a second. You thought I was shooting down its stomach?
aren't you?
That's fine. We still have a couple rounds until my thing is fully charged. I will say, does it build up heat while it's holding the energy?
No.
Dang it. Is there any way I can make it build up heat?
I don't know why you would.
I like to maybe overclock it if possible.
Heat is a priceless weapon you can't replace, so
True. I don't.
you remember how much damage this thing does, right?
Yeah, I remember how much damage this thing does.
That's why I assumed you're shooting
hopefully-
down the gullet.
No, I'm gonna bust a hole out. There's not an exit, make one. That's why I was trying to find a weak spot.
That you're gonna
Actually,
blow it out its rectum. Anyway, whatever you're doing, you find yourself like getting your footing. All of a
can I try
sudden,
to find a weak
like
spot?
like you aren't slipping anymore. Like you feel kind of held in place almost. Oh,
Good.
and
Can I look around for a weak spot that might be real good for shooting big holes through?
see kind of weird fleshy innards that like it's almost as tough on the inside as it is the outside.
Dang it.
The only thing you're really
means
sure
that-
of is which way is down, which way is up, because all the little feeder teeth that it has, trying to push you in one direction.
And so I'm staying away from acid. That's good. I hate acid. I also hate worms. Why'd it have to be worms? This is a VeggieTales quote, which then they misquoted. Anyways. Oh gosh. I kind of want to see. Granted, I might lose my footing or my grip a little bit. But I kind of want to see if I can just kind of start digging with my shield enough to where I could maybe kind of stick my gun in there and blast point blank.
There's kind of like gaps between the rows.
Can I try to like start? I do have a pistol. I could just start shooting my pistol into one area. Because I could charge and have my pistol. I just put my shield away.
Okay, so I thought you were standing on your shield.
I think I am.
So
Oh, if I'm standing on my shield, then okay, cool. Never mind. I am, and then I pull out my pistol. So the
Right.
first thing I want to do is I'm gonna want to get wrist control. Then I pull out my gun.
so are you firing the
Oh,
pistol?
Yeah, for sure. This one I can fire point blank.
Can't miss, that's for sure.
I'm gonna roll anyways. Just see.
I mean, when you're shooting something from the inside of it, it's hard to miss.
I did
It'd be like
roll a
trying to
6.
miss hitting the broadside of a barn from the inside.
Yeah, I agree. It's real hard, but I did roll a 6.
I'm gonna ignore that because I'm not gonna let you miss inside it. I will tell you though that his weapon with zap, which is an electrical weapon, doesn't really do much.
It's a rock type.
Yeah, it's just
Uh,
you get the electricity kind of cascades around you, and then that was it. Anyway, we'll get back
If
to you in
I
a moment.
could get it to its brain. if I can do a brain zap. Also, why were we worried about shark or fog sharks again?
So, Lyra, how you doing?
See why I went quiet when someone mentioned land sharks? So it's like, anyway,
Oh, you have no idea.
anyway. So
I kick to be put down because I am tired of being carried.
doesn't use your words, just starts kicking.
Just starts kicking, yes.
I mean, I can set you down. I was just asked to carry you, so I figured you wanted to be carried.
Well, put me down.
Okay. Sets you down gently.
With the landworms coming up all around us, the ground's breaking.
So Luke, your headlong run is going fine. You roll for this. You do kind of notice though that like you didn't notice it at first, but you have dropped like all fours as you run.
Okay.
So definitely doing the wolfy run. See anybody? Sai, what are you doing?
Well, like one actor once said, and I started blasting.
indiscriminately, or are you targeting anything?
I'm gonna target the one that has blues, unless it's already dead.
Oh, it will be when I'm done with it. Because I'm gonna grab his wrist. There you go. That's the video I'm referencing.
I know. I've seen it.
Since these guys are
I know
basically-
you've seen it.
Since these guys are basically rock and earth, burying them probably isn't going to do anything, right?
Probably not.
Yes, we are rock and stone.
Mr. Barr?
I am going to continue to run, but is there? I think you mentioned that there was one of these things ahead of me.
Yeah, it took a pretty good hit from Periwinkle's shot. It definitely hurt it really bad. It kind of flops onto the ground. It's not dead.
I'm
but
gonna take a shot at it
Okay.
with my pistol.
Yeah. Roll some beautiful dice.
Let's see. For that one, that is a
Roll that
It's
beautiful dice footage.
Dexterity for pistols.
2d6 for dexterity to see if I hit.
Yeah, with dexterity. You actually have a plus there, so.
Mm-hmm. So 6 plus 2 is 8.
Yeah. You hit, and damage dice is a d4.
Yep. I'm looking for where I put that. Rolling my d4. 3.
Okay. Well, good solid hit on that thing. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's got a big hole in it and a smaller hole in it. And it's kind of listless on the
no
ground, I would
idea.
say.
Did you want me to roll to hit or damage or anything?
Yeah, I was getting to that. I was making sure everyone was declaring their action first. So,
and I am still
then-
running, trying to make my way back to
yeah.
the cauldron.
So now I'm working back through the damage. So on yours, go ahead and roll. I assume this is your long rifle.
Yep. So 2d6. And that is a 10 with no modifiers.
Okay. Ten and no modifiers. Cool. Modifier is your dexterity. So
Yep.
yeah, that's a crit. You're shooting at the one that
Pause.
swallowed blues.
Yes.
Do
So
you
that would
remember
be
how we handled crits?
Wasn't it 2 of the same dice?
I misspoke. Do you remember how we handled? No, it's a natural 12. It's not a natural. It's a crit. Got it. Yeah, it's two the dice. That's plus 2 each dice.
So each dice gets a +2.
Yeah.
So I'll be rolling 2d8 and it'll be +2 to each dice.
So +4 total. Yes, would be.
What does max damage look like on this guy?
Did you roll 2 8s?
Yes.
It's almost
It looks
good as
like
if you
paint.
rolled a natural 12.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So blues. Roll me a dex check. So things are about to happen. I want to see if other things happen too.
Yeah,
Do I finally get
I'll-
revenge?
that's a 10. 8 plus 2, 10.
Okay, cool. So you're inside this thing. You're charging up your shot. You're getting ready to unleash fury. You know, like point blank's a bad idea, but you don't want to be swallowed. And then a bullet goes whizzing past your head. Through the creature, out the other side. Or it's kind of at a bit of an angle. Point is, it kind of rips the part of the creature apart. Nice big hole. It's dead. I'm being elaborate, but it's dead. And it falls over and kind of spits you out. With your 10, you did not lose control of your weapon. You're still holding a charge.
Oh, good. I didn't shoot Periwinkle.
Yes. And the creature did not land on Periwinkle. So that happened. And everyone made an attack.
Is my shield still in there, or was I able to get it out in time?
You'll have to look for it a bit because you got kind of expelled from it. You were standing on it, so
I'll have to go get my shield. I don't know. Maybe like my foot was like hooked into the handle grip or whatever.
and I roll a die. That was it. Yeah, your shield. Maybe the creature sort of like reflexively caught your shield does come flying out at you.
And I catch it, right? It looks super cool, and I catch it with one hand.
It cuts off his hand.
Stop saying things I'm gonna do a murder.
I think with the 10, yeah, you caught it.
See, it looks cool. Shut up, Lumi.
You did state you wanted to get out and look cool, so you're succeeding.
No, other way around. I wanted to look cool and maybe get out.
Well, you were working on the looking cool part, and you got out incidentally, so
I look around and no one was there to see it.
Periwinkle's there,
Lumi
but
was
she's a
there.
bit dazed.
Yeah, exactly. I guess Lumi was running back, so maybe Lumi saw it.
Lumi was there, but she wasn't looking.
Of course.
I mean, Sai was watching the whole thing because he took the shot.
Yeah, true. So Sai's the only one that saw it. Good enough for me.
Well, like I said, Periwinkle saw it, but she's kind of dazed and can't process what happened.
Periwinkle won't remember it.
So that happened. 2 creatures are down, and there are still more of them. So I guess that's technically a new round. This game doesn't really work in the typical D&D. Everyone has initiative and all that. It's more narrative, saying, "All right, so next set of actions. Here's what happened. What do you do next?" That's how it works. For
Mr.
those
Barr
who haven't
is
played it very much.
still running.
So yeah, Mr. Barr is still running. By this point,
If
you
there's
will have
another
reached.
one of those monsters gone.
Will have reached. You're able to run around the one that was first one, and it's dying. It's not quite dead yet. You're able to run around it and reach the edge of loose rock, where the tracks disappeared.
I bet you I know what happened to him, by the way.
You have a good clue?
I'm pretty sure I experienced it firsthand.
Helios, what would you like to do?
Take a nap. Fun fact, Jeff. Somebody compiled all the different versions of the main theme for Higurashi. The title or song called "You." There is 3 hours and 27 minutes worth of different versions of that song.
Sounds about right.
It has so many renditions and different because they use it as a motif for a lot of the music in the later half of the series, and I think I don't know if it shows up in Umineko, but it might.
Come back to
Still waiting on
Helios.
Helios.
Come back to Helios. Lumi, you've reached Periwinkle. Creature that was next to her flops over and spits out blues into his shield.
And you didn't see it,
Cool. Not important.
even though it was right there.
I pick up Periwinkle.
She's still kind of like, if this was a cartoon, there'd be Tweety birds going over her head.
Yep.
I feel like it would. I feel like it'd be Tweety Bird in like the Sky Ranger jetpack.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's like, yeah. And that's pretty much what I'm doing.
Yeah, I grab my sword, I chuck her over my shoulder, and start running back.
Alrighty. Helios, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, what are you doing?
There's. Did you say there was one in front of us, in between us and the crawler?
Yeah, but it's mostly dead. It's dying. It's not going to make it.
Okay.
It's bleeding out.
Well, in that case, I'm just going to continue sprinting towards the crawler.
Okay. Sense,
Very
good sense.
popular
Best not
choice.
get eaten.
So, Hoover, you saw the effects of your weapon. There's still more creatures around you. What do you want to do?
Aim for the next one. The next closest one to me.
Okay.
And take a shot.
Alrighty then. It's all done. Lyra?
Was it Sai or Bar that had the grenades?
Bar.
Okay, and he went
Towards the
that
crawler.
away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Onto solid ground.
Smart move.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold for the moment.
Okay. Yeah, that's all that. So, blues.
All right,
Your
I
weapon is
got.
fully charged.
It's fully charged. And are any of them above ground?
Yeah, there's a number of them thrashing about above ground.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna. I got it. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look to Lumi, and I'm gonna say the early bird gets the worm, and that's my cool line as I fire at the worm.
All right, Lumi, you'll have a +1 on the next roll you have to make.
Cool.
All right. Whoop. Don't want those to go over the place. Yeah, I think
So
I'm
you're
just doing
making
a
an
fire.
attack. Yeah, you're making an attack. Hoover's making an attack. Picked up Periwinkle. Ilios is moving away. Almost to safety.
Almost.
Alright. We'll resolve
Dice, because these have been bad to me.
yours first. You're aiming it for the nearest one, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whichever one looks the meanest.
These are pretty big creatures.
They can still look mean.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're pretty big. So they're a little harder to miss when they're above ground. Also not quite as fast when they're above ground. So
I'd argue they're pretty hard to miss when you're inside them too. I tried. It didn't work.
You tried to miss the target that you were shooting from inside its gullet.
Well, I didn't necessarily try. I just fired and I rolled a 6 when I wasn't told to roll. You know, it happened earlier.
okay. So you'll get a call it a +1 bonus to hit. They're pretty big creatures.
All right. Sounds like I got a +3. All right, green Cthulhu dice. Don't screw me over like the purple ones. I wish I was using the purple ones. So, thank goodness I have that extra 1. Because that's a 7. Stupid dice.
You're still like a little shaken from being inside the thing and being forcibly excelled and just a little bit off balance, but you do manage to hit, and it's kind of instead of dead center, it's off to the side. But
And as long as it gets through the skin and burrowing hurts it.
so give me give me your damage.
I believe it's 3d8, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay, so it's right. And 18. How does 18 do you?
Yeah, even though it's a glancing shot, it takes quite a bite out of the thing. Coin? And you got the side that has the brainstem on it. So while the damage, like, it wasn't like a critically placed shot, like Mr. Mover had fired, it's such a large blast, it just obliterates that part of it, and that creature goes down.
And I look to Lumen and I say, I've got 1. I don't wait, no. Would I think I killed the other one somehow?
Might you were inside it and it died. But no,
Alright,
but you felt the bullet go past you.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. Oh, I've only got the 1. But that's 1 more than what Lumi has.
Psy Mover, your shot, please.
Okay, that is 6 plus 2. That is 8.
Okay.
To hit.
All right. Damage?
damage, so that would be 1d8 this time.
+2.
So 5 plus 2, 7.
Damage. Yeah, you get a solid hit on the creature. It is not happy with you.
Well, I'm not trying to become its friend, so
Oh yeah, that's obvious by your shooting it.
Starts to withdraw into the ground.
oh no, he didn't.
And Mr. Bark, you roll a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Oh dear. Well, my initial roll is decent with an 8, but that's with a -1, so 9.
Okay.
No, 8 minus 1 is 7.
Okay.
My brain.
I was gonna say.
Well, I failed on my wisdom check while doing my wisdom check.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then
No, I failed my intelligence check while doing my wisdom check.
gotta consult. Their success is there's also drawback to the success. Okay. No, wait. Represent that. This case. Because you'll notice a thing just barely.
It's like something he notices that he would react to. He gets like a -1 because he barely notices it in time.
What you notice is that like your pack gets kind of caught up on something. But then is freed. Yeah, that's what we'll say.
Also, have any of us seen Nani so far?
Not that I know of.
I'm going to stop and take a quick look at what was. She'll look to see if I can figure out what that was on my bag.
Okay. Relevant. You're not sure. Could have just been the wind.
Okay then.
As for Nani, she stayed behind on the crawler.
Okay, cool.
She was like gonna go with everyone, but everyone left. So she's like, well, I guess I'll just stay here and talk to you. But you don't know all that.
Well,
there's a brief interlude of just Nani and Lady Yuna sort of having a conversation, but Nani's her usual quiet self, but yet they're somehow still communicating. Like Lady Yuna will say a thing and then react as if Nani had responded. It's totally like an anime thing, but it's not telepathy. It's just like, oh yeah, it's all body language essentially.
So what you're telling me is that when I burst into that room, Nani was there. I just didn't see her.
No, she was in another part because she's going to go get her supplies.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, um, and that's more or less that round of combat, I think. So you have 3 dead creatures, 1 retreating creature, still a number of other critters. And what is your intent this round? We'll take it from the top. Blues.
Well, I gotta get my kill count a little bit higher, just so that way I'm in the lead.
So you're planning on taking another shot.
Well, I gotta charge up first, but I can get closer.
Okay. Okay, Helios?
I am getting on the crawler and holding out a hand to help anyone else up onto it.
Okay. Right, and so you're still heading for the crawler. This round you will easily make it to the not to lose ground. So, Lumi?
I'm ready to get out of the danger zone as quick as possible with injured.
Okay. And Lyra, what's your intent this round?
I'm pretty sure you can guess.
And
Find someone else to carry you.
Get to safe ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to use spiritual booster. So.
Okay. And Mr. Barr.
My intention is to get to the crawler to get into the cauldron.
Okay. And Mover?
Most everyone's out of the danger area. So I'm going to start making my way back to the crawler.
All right. Helios, you do make it into the compacted ground. And the rest of you do believe Lyra was taken most of the way there, so if you're still heading that direction, I think you would as well.
Okay.
Rest need to roll dexterity checks.
Roll a dex.
Yep.
I'm pretty good at that.
This time, like even Mover needs to roll this time.
Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got a 9.
Okay.
Does anyone have like
I got a 7.
Okay. So,
Uh,
all right. And then Blues?
Does anyone have like a torch so I can melt these freaking dice?
That bad.
Well, I'm just probably gonna get swallowed again with a 2.
Is Cthulhu driving you back?
I guess so. But Cthulhu was on the one side. I'm gonna use my my other dice, the one that have like card symbols for the or that's the go. See.
Yeah. Spades.
Well, not all spades. It's just which one that has all of them? This one has all of them.
Okay. So.
Hey, I'm gonna use those. I like those dice, and they don't screw me over.
And Lumi, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
Right, that's good. That's good. Blues, you're gonna fall down.
I'm gonna get swallowed. It's fine. They're easier to kill from the inside.
I didn't say that.
I'm assuming the worst, and that way if something even worse happens, then I can be angry.
bar, you kind of go down on one knee, but you're able to just go right back up. And you kind of almost go down on one knee, Lyra, but you don't. You're okay. You're able to make it. Oh yeah, you already made it. Never mind. Rolled an 8.
I did.
Okay, yeah. You just kind of adjust yourself to be doing an awkward 3-legged run. Overall, you keep your balance. You just kind of shift back into that more
Okay.
wolfy mode of travel. The ground seems to be almost like liquefying. It is shaking so much. Like liquefaction is definitely coming into.
I have the hunch that driving the crawler through this might be difficult.
But luckily, this is not the direction you guys were going to be leaving it.
So we don't have to kill them all. That's good.
Oh, I didn't give proper directions. So the Arroyos were northwest, and the direction that the valley where the fog was going to pick up was to the east.
Ah, okay.
I totally spoke of a map as if you could see the map that I'm describing in my words without actually giving you directions. Point is,
Well, yeah, we're doing theater of the mind, not actual.
if I had to manage a map on top
Maps.
of everything else, it would.
I know.
Point is, the little creatures seem to be the least of your troubles now, and the act of keeping or not keeping balance is pretty much that round. So, new intentions. What are y'all gonna do now? Next, start with balloons
Alright.
because he's on the ground.
I was like, I'm already on the ground, so I have I have a couple options. Either I can hopefully see one of them pop up in front of me, and I get into a sniper position, or that means one of them eats me, and then I sniper them from point blank. So I think I just take this time to huddle down and aim. Hmm.
I hope you guys heard that.
Heard what?
Nope.
It's not about the type of weapon being used, it's how it's being used. Note, shooting the monster from the inside would not be sniping.
For sure, but hear me out. It sounds cooler. I'm gonna snipe them from the inside. Sounds way cooler than I'm gonna shoot my gun on the inside of this monster.
Yeah, but you lose points for inaccuracy.
I don't need accuracy when I'm shooting from the inside.
I meant you lose coolness points on statement.
I know. I know what you meant. It depends on who you are. Listen, I've done the risk cost analysis, and I said what I said.
He has a very simple way of dealing with it. It's the Adam Savage method. I reject reality and substitute my own.
Also, weird random weapon, but China is developing a sniper rifle grenade launcher.
Yeah, that's because they can't get a copy of the Mark 19. I'm not too concerned with that one.
I also don't think that they have good snipers, probably.
From the video, no, because the sniper got punched in the face with the rifle on video.
That sounds right.
He got
And-
kissed by his scope multiple
Yes, he did.
times.
I mean, call in air support at that point.
For real.
I mean,
Calling
Shut
in air
up, I
support
saw it
is
in an
anime.
like saying you're doing great.
I mean, you could say that about the way the Marines use the Mark 19. They essentially use it, when push comes to shove, they essentially use it as a full auto mortar.
Oh, I know. It's because someone shot at Doc.
You might wish you had a full auto mortar,
But we don't. Instead, I got a cooler weapon and a cooler catchphrase. Lumi, you better do a roll so that way I can. That way you get that +1.
I thought I
wait.
already had a +1 to my roll.
And you got +1 because I said a cool line.
Yeah, I thought I already did.
You
Oh,
haven't
I should
used
have
it.
added that to my. Oh. Well, note to self.
No, playing a bard and people forgetting they have bardic inspiration is my favorite way to play any game.
Yep.
So, first getting out, bars gotten closer to getting out of the shifting ground. Lumi's running off. Loses hunkering down.
Yup.
Can I scream the blues to
Absolutely.
get the fluff out of here now?
Anyone has information to share, don't keep it to yourself.
We need. We need.
I
To
don't. There's
There's
not much I could
there's
do.
there's a moment of silence, and then kind of this burping sound, and one of the creatures kind of falls over and like expels nauseous gas from its mouth. And
Oh, please tell me it's flammable.
Oh.
and like I said, it's just like this moment where everything seems to be holding its breath. Like the ground even stops for a second. You have a chance to react. To do a thing.
Can the thing be fire because it's gonna ignite the obnoxious gas?
Noxious
yes,
gas. Noxious
run it
gas
like
is
no,
gas you
I
shouldn't
said-
breathe. It's not flammable gas.
I said obnoxious. I know what I said. It's annoying, but it's okay because do I have a
Hey,
respiratory system
Lyra, I
anymore?
think
You
we
can
should
fire if
probably
you
get
wish.
into the crawler.
What are you shooting at?
The thing that spit out the gas.
It's
Its
dead.
mouth is open, right?
Yeah, it's dead.
Oh, I don't fire at it. That's dumb. Wait a second. So when they die, they just burp out gross gas? So War Machine shows up, and he's my biggest fan, right? So the wind starts blowing the other direction.
Can I scream as loud as I can that there's
Yeah, I should
You
leave.
can
a
howl if you
really
want to.
big one coming?
Wait, there's a big one coming?
I can
There's a
feel
big monster
something
coming.
coming.
Oh
And
heck
that's
yes,
why
coming
I'm running
by.
as
Did you miss the
hell.
part where I said there's like liquefaction going on with the ground?
No, I caught that part. I didn't realize that means
Like-
a big one.
Um,
Yeah, but like, wouldn't it be really cool if I killed it?
Mr. Buck
Wouldn't
keeps
it be really
running.
cool if you got out of there?
Or survive?
I mean, yeah, but like, if it's dead, then we could like have food for forever.
Okay.
It's rocks.
Am I
It's rocks
far
and
past him, or am I coming up past, right by him?
you're almost to safety. You were already speeding away, so
I should
Okay.
probably back away. I'm gonna try to get to more solid ground, but I'm gonna keep my charger ready, and I'm gonna keep glancing
I wouldn't-
backwards, waiting for that
I wouldn't
dang thing to
back
pop up.
away. I would, because that's just going deeper into the arroyo, which is not solid ground, as it turns out.
I wasn't facing that way.
Oh, you're facing. Okay, yeah. If you're heading towards
I was
the
facing
crawler,
in
then-
there. Yeah.
yeah, if you're backing towards the crawler,
Yeah.
with you might want to run. You just got this sense, like Land's like, they seem pretty. Run, boss, run.
Yeah, but is it gonna at least pop up so I get to shoot it once?
That's the least of your worries.
Do you think that? All right, fine. I turn and then I look back and forth a couple times. I'm like, fine, and then I start running, but I keep my charger ready. And then the second notice, I want to do a cool thing where if it pops up, I jump, spin around, shoot it, and then have my back to where I was running, and it like, I don't know, launches me a little bit.
Pretty much the only one that can't just immediately get to safety. Just pointing this out, or relative safety, we should say. So you're the only one who's gonna make roll this time.
I mean, that's fair.
Give
All
me-
right,
give me a
Cthulhu
dex-
dice. Oh,
dex-
no, I'm
dex
not
check.
rolling you. Come on, natural 2, so I have to kill this thing.
Fluffed his face.
13.
So as you start booking it, the ground erupts. And you kind of like, you know how you'll go to a hill that's like loose dirt or sand at the beach, you kind of slide down on your feet, You're doing that. It's big.
Oh, wait a
it's
second.
very big. It could probably swallow the crawler.
I super want. So you know how in Breath of the Wild, Link does that stupid thing with his shield.
Surfing with it, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got that
Can
far.
Can I do that?
On a 13, yes.
Perfect. And as I'm surfing, I like to angle myself to where I'm surfing backwards, and I just start blasting.
Well, you don't miss, but you don't seem to have much of an effect on
I glare at it and I say, "I'll be back."
Yes, Arnold.
it. It's much like the worms from Dune in size. One of the big ones. Like one of the ones they actually use to attack the city with.
Sounds like fun.
Which means nothing if you've ever seen Dune. Or- They didn't even
I
use that.
mean-
They didn't even use that in the new Dune, so it don't count. So it's a big
No,
creature.
but I'm
It's a
aware.
very,
I'm
very big
aware that has happened. I played the board game. I know that can happen.
So as you
I
all
love that board game. You can
watch
play it
this
on
thing-
TTS. We super should.
as you watch this thing pop up out of the ground, you realize if it flops forward, maybe y'all should just start running. Because if it flopped forward, it could totally flop onto the solid ground. Squishy squish.
I'd jump onto its back and I'd just blast and ride it. It'd be so cool.
I mean, my character's been trying to run to the crawler this whole time,
Yeah.
so
You're
Yeah,
doing all
same
right.
here.
You and Helios are far enough away. Lumi, I mean, you're a werewolf, quite speedy. So just making sure. Is everyone running?
Oh wait a second. Can I give somebody else a +1? With a cool catch line.
Sure.
All right, cool. I say, surfs up, dudes. There
Still
you go.
running.
And who is that being applied to?
I'm pretty sure Psy, because he sees Psy from here.
You go skidding past on top of your shield, shout, "Surf's up, dude!" And you hit the solid ground. And I'm not going to make you roll for it. You're fine. You manage that because you got a 13. So your dismount is flawless. Like for once, you look like the badass you think you are.
tell him I have to knock out.
What was that arrow?
Oh, I'm being told that my time is basically
We're wrapping up.
that we do have stuff that we need to take care of, and
If you've made it to the crawler, you're free to go.
okay,
No. Spoilers.
I'm gonna make it to the crawler, and yeah, I'm just gonna put my character into the cauldron born, pointing out of it and acting as an auto turret to shoot anything that comes out while I'm away. So,
All right.
if that becomes useful to the party while I'm away, then there you go.
Alrighty.
All right, catch you later, bro.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.
See you around.
See you
And I
around.
preemptively apply knower of the unknown to that targeting.
Okay.
Just I'm
Just in
covering your
case.
bases. I'm covering your bases. In the meantime, God bless. Happy hunting.
Yep.
I'm not allowed to hunt big game.
I mean, little bit bigger than the steer you've successfully castrated in the past. So
Yeah, but I've done a couple levels up since then.
yeah, if as long as you're moving away from it, you'll be fine. Just gonna say that now. I don't think any of you are suicidal, but
Why, I'm still firing as hoping something hits.
I don't think it's a matter of suicidal as a matter of
stupid sidle.
intelligent choices. Yeah.
Listen, if I killed this thing, it would be so cool, and you guys would be like, huh, he did a cool thing. And then my character would say, yeah, I did do a cool thing. And then he'd look for the next cool thing to do.
Okay, so is anyone looking back at the thing when you get to the crawler?
Can I shoot at it from this distance?
Yes.
Once Sai gets back to the crawler, he'll look back at it.
You'll
Or
see
gets
the
into the crawler. Go on.
you'll see it. The big creature come up and flop forward, narrowly missing Blues, and there's this moment of stillness, like almost supernatural stillness, and then you feel it draw in breath. And then it expels that breath. And you all smell this, like it's not cooked clay, it's burnt clay. Like clay that's been left in way too long. I don't know if you ever experienced that, but clay hits this point where it's like it's not It's kind of unpleasant, but because you start to smell the carbonizing, the char. So it's that kind of overwhelming smell. Blues, you're heavy enough that it's not going to affect your balance. But if you'd been like one of the others, might have made you stumble a little bit. And
Gotcha.
this is a massive breath. And then it breathes in again, and the mouth closes, and it starts to pull back into the earth. And that is the encounter, unless any of you are feeling stupid.
All right, so I turn back around and then I get wrist control, and then I pull out my gun.
Takes aim at the gun arm.
I love the idea of getting wrist control on a worm. Like, what does that even look like?
I don't know, but it's entering the breakdance competition on behalf of Australia.
Oh, beautiful. Oh gosh, that was bad.
That was good. That was funny.
Well, yeah, the Australia did bad. That's what I was meaning. That was a good joke, but
They did the worm.
basically,
So yeah, as you get onto the crawler, Yuna approaches you, says, "What the 9 L's is that?"
oh, well, it's not dead, is what it is. These guys told me not to kill it. I could have gotten it. Oh, I need to let this thing fire, and I just point in a random direction and just like shoot the build up energy.
Fire plasma
Well,
round.
that thing could have ate, I'm pretty sure, all of us in one gulp.
Yeah, I don't think Mr. Robinson is.
He didn't make it.
No, I don't
She
think
looks a little
so.
crestfallen. It's like that's bad enough losing our number to our enemy, but
Well, he's still going to be in number 2.
we've been camping
They did
on.
not say that in character.
We've been camping here for weeks. I wonder what caused him to go out there. We've been given strict orders to keep everyone close and
I thought he had to use the bathroom.
have trains dug over there as
He's really shy.
she kind of gives you this
I don't
withering
know.
glare. It's like, that was one of my men. Could you show some respect, please?
And he looks and he realizes, he's like, I'm sorry. It's and he looks torn because he wants to further explain, but he knows that it's the bad time because he's also lost a lot of people and he is really bad at taking a beat.
Yeah, no, I get that entirely. But I'm just Yuna's like, let's get out of this
His
godforsaken
comments
place.
aside, my deepest condolences. Maybe it was just the call of one last adventure before possibly going off to death.
Curiosity. Perhaps. I'll have to ask if anyone has heard him. Let's get out of here. And
Agreed.
She like looks over at Scrapbird, who's resumed their seat at the controls, and says, "I know I'm not your captain, but just punch it." And the ramp starts to close. The men standing in ranks kind of look around nervously as they saw all of this through the opening. And then as it closes, like they all collectively slump a little bit and really. And that's credits.
Wait, we
You're-
get
you're
paid
up.
in credits? What is this, Star Wars?
Oh, that's when the credits would roll.
They
That's
literally
actually good
just saw
timing,
a
'cause-
bunch of people just basically going, "Oh no! Oh no! No!
They're-
No! No!
you know,
No!
the
No!"
credits end with the in memory of Mr. Robinson, 2024 to 2020.
And then and then we get a post credit scene. He's like, I gotta use the bathroom, but but all the latrines are full.
There may be a post credit scene, but I'll be posting it to play by post later.
And so it's not him explaining that Blues is right.
No.
Oh, that'd be pretty funny. Okay.
Yeah, I am making it a point. I will be getting on play by post and getting some stuff going this time. And as soon as we can, I'd like to get October scheduled. So check calendars. I gotta check mine, so I can't say anything. But yeah, let's
see
keep up the
here.
momentum.
I am free basically every Saturday. It's just a matter of getting off work and getting home.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna end the stream right now.
Okay, bye-bye.
1.